Hey, 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 what is up, party peoples? We are back in the house on the edge. I got Chris and Kyle here. And
What's
we
up,
have
guys?
a special guest tonight, Liang Ma from Liang Ma Design. How's
Hey
it going,
guys,
Liang?
pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I mean, there is no secret that everybody here on the edge that we love your damn knives.
Yeah,
We have quite a few of your knives.
Yeah, that's true. I
thank
got
you.
two of them right here, and Liang has my other one.
It may be sent back, maybe not.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
like I get messages weekly. Man,
Oh,
I want the field duty. I want the field duty. I want the field duty. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
just wait. Just wait. They're gonna come back.
I never try to push knives on people, but I push the field duty EDC pretty hard on people when they're asking about a good EDC knife.
Yeah, and then we convinced
Yeah.
Casey over at Knives Fast. We got him to get one of these, and he's absolutely in love. So
True that.
Yeah, I saw his preliminary video and I was like, oh, wow. I didn't even know who he was. I was like, oh, wow. Hey, another person doing video on the field duty. EDC.
Oh, yeah. We've been
Right.
trying to get him to jump the ball. He's been kind of at one particular price point, and so now we're getting him. And so out of that price point, we were like, okay, well, you got to get the EDC.
Now he's screwed, He's screwed.
Yeah, see, now he can't go back.
Yeah. Once you do that, once you cross that threshold, there's no going back.
I think that's how it starts for all of us. Like I mean, at first we kind of like go for like the quantity, right? Like, okay, how much can I buy? How much more can I get for this, and what can I get? And then once you kind of like incrementally jump up in price, you start to see like, holy moly, that's a big difference in quality,
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, you're done. You're like, okay, I have to go for the quality.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that really is. When you're talking about detents, especially detent fit and finish, like,
Jeez, yeah.
I mean, there is no going back. I can't do it anymore.
But it's a combination for me. It's not even like I just unboxed before like I came on. I just unboxed this Tucson, which a lot of people rave about Tucson and how great the builds are for the money, right? But I think part of paying more is also design, because I've never had a Tucson that I've actually been like, oh yeah, I love the design too. I can say the build is great. They do a really good job, but like I've never had one where I'm like the design also is just as good. And I think that's where like when you start spending more money, you get the design and the build quality,
Right.
Yeah.
There's been a few Tucsons that I have liked, but for the most part, the designs from they actually use quite a few different designers, I think. But it's comparing apples to oranges really when you're talking about a Tucson versus something that's Riot made. But I get it, because a lot of people love Tucsons because the price point, and you can get some of the materials that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. I just personally haven't connected with any of the designs. We got some comments here. Javon says, hey, Leon, the man.
Yeah. I love your videos, Javons. Thank you.
Joseph Blair, what's happening, fellas? Hey, Joe. He's a local buddy that I talked to.
Me too.
And yeah, Javon, going back to Javon, he does all these slow-mo Instagram posts.
Yep.
Where he's like flipping open. I know he has a field duty EDC, and he has a cuff. I think he has a. Do you call it a cuff, a coof, a cake?
I call it the cuff. I call it
the cuffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I call it the coof. I need to change.
I assumed you were gonna say KUF or something, but you say cuff. Okay. Now everybody knows it's cuff.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Cuff. But
I gotta go back and change all my videos now.
Yeah, right.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not that dramatic. But
yeah, I know he has the
coming up with the name. It was like, okay, I need to make it sound cool without it telling people it's a kitchen knife.
Right.
Right.
Okay, cuff.
That's a perfect name for this design because
It really is.
The shape. I mean, it literally makes. Yeah. When you hear that, you're like, oh, right. You're like, okay.
Right.
It would
And,
work.
and then when you see the design, that's like, oh yeah, I mean that's perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. The
Yeah.
way your hand is above the cutting edge, even on this 3.0.
Right.
I mean, this thing is pretty tiny,
Mhm.
and I mean, it fits my hand actually perfectly.
I need to get a 3.0. I still need to jump on that.
Yeah, you should definitely try one of these.
Yeah, I gotta try one.
I might know a guy.
I may know a guy who can get you one.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, but you still get the reach to where you're above the cutting edge on this little thing. I love using this, and I actually went to an apple orchard today. Me and my parents, and we brought our daughter, and she's like 15 months, so she's trying to eat all the apples, and I had to slice them all up, and I was using this, and this thing was perfect for that.
Nice.
So
nice. Yeah, I mean, I've shown it to a few makers, and they're like, dude, the amount of cutting edge you get on this knife is crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you're not sacrificing any of it with a choil like you
Exactly.
do on the. Where's the field duty? You do lose a little on the field duty because of the choil, but I actually am someone who loves that choil. But I like how this works very well too. They kind of both have similar ergos, but they're different. It's strange, but they're different.
It's different.
But they both work really well.
Yeah, I love the way that he does the choil on the field duty EDC and on the Cuff 4.0 because he lives such a generous finger choil on there for people with big ass fingers like Kyle that can get their finger in there without it cutting them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, the ergonomics.
He was thinking about you, Kyle, when he made that. Bro.
Right.
Sorry.
Because I love the design on this and on the Koof where the choil is in the blade and in the handle. I love it when makers, I'll talk about makers, do that because it makes it way more comfortable and you're getting, you're not taking away as much. Well, don't laugh at me, damn it.
Sorry.
No,
Nick.
I was laughing
I'm
at the
laughing at the comment.
Oh,
Sorry, man.
Oh,
I was laughing at the comment.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Is anybody giving up a field duty tonight? Because
I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, you're going to have to pry this out of my cold, dead hands.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm having withdrawals right now from mine.
That's the way we became
by the way,
the Grady bunch.
Update, touchdown, Alabama.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Kyle's a big football guy, so he's watching football.
What's the
to
score,
side
Kyle?
right there.
It's just fixing to be 21-14. Alabama. So
Okay.
well,
Thrasher says he agrees the money is quality and design. That's kind of what I was getting at. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
No.
It's both,
Yeah.
Especially with the Riot made stuff, you're paying for an American designer's knife, basically.
Right.
And obviously that's going to add costs because they're selling it. Like you're not buying it from Riot like you are with Tucson. You're buying a Tucson. But this is a Liang Ma. It's made by Riot, but it's a Liang Ma knife.
Well, see, that's a good point too, because all the Riot made knives that I've had in the collection and still have in the collection are all actually American makers or designers, but built by Riot. Some of the Riot stuff is really cool, like the Jack 2.0. I love that. But for the most part, the Riot themselves, the design, in-house designs, I doesn't speak to me as much. And so that's
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, I've been like super lucky being able to work with David and find him like 7-8 years ago, because back then there wasn't all this like we knew that there were OEMs that wanted to do more projects with individuals, but finding them was like trying to find a needle in a haystack and stuff.
Right.
And it was like the weirdest thing. Like I saw like his early knife, which was like the Horizon A, and then I saw pictures of it, and then Blade HQ sold it, and I bought it from Blade HQ, and I looked at it, I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to curse here.
Dude, no, trust me.
Okay. I was like, what the hell is this?
Have you ever watched our live streams?
And we had like 3D texture, a hand ground blade. It was M390. It was 2 pieces of titanium with the backspacer as incorporated in both halves. And I was like, oh, I need to find this guy. And I searched for months to find him online and nowhere. And then all of a sudden he created like a React page, and I just, just by chance I texted him, messaged him on the React Facebook page. I was like, hey, is this David? He's like, oh yeah, this is David. And then we started talking from there, and still that there needed to be like a level of conversation and trust built. It took us about 6 to 8 months before like I actually said, okay, would you like to do a project with me?
Right.
And then after that, it was all like, oh shit, I'm sending this guy not just my IP, I'm also gonna send him some money. What the hell?
Hey, with anything worthwhile comes risk. And actually, since you did that, the reward and everything that's gone forward has been amazing. So that one conversation that lasted however long, building the relationship, that's what it takes. And you pulled it off, and now look where you're at. So congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah. I've been very, very grateful for all the support the community has also given me, because at first there was some complaints, about like me going to China. And I'm like, well, think about it this way. Like, how do I'm here to give you a product that's going to last you for probably the rest of your life, and you could pass on to your kids if you take care of it. And I'm looking for guys who can help me do that. I'm not looking for someone who could help me build something that is just going to go straight to the flea market, or, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're looking for. But that's not what I'm here to do. I want to create a really it's price conscious in a way, but at the same time, you're getting like 4 or 5 times the value for the price that you're paying, And back in those days, there wasn't a lot of makers yet doing these projects. It was only like certain guys willing to take the risk, and one of them was me. And as soon as we were able to get the knives into people's hands, they kind of understood. But it was like that barrier, like getting it into their hands.
Right.
Exactly.
And of course, everyone who has supported me ever since, like, I'm very thankful for everybody in the community, everyone in the YouTube community, and just people who is just spreading the word, like, hey, this is a good product, this is a good design, and it's going to work for you.
Well, I mean, let's just take this group right here for example. See, Lefty Kevin was the first one to buy one of your knives, so he bought it, said, "Man, this thing is awesome." So I started looking at your channel or at your website, and then of course I saw this, and I was like, "Oh man, yeah, I got to get one of those." And so then I did it, and now it's absolutely my favorite knife in the collection as far as the detent, the fit finish, the whole deployment. All my knives have to go to this standard now. That's just the way it is, and most of them fail. And so now I've got one, Chris has got one, and we get messages all the time for, man, I got to get one of those knives. I got to get one of those knives. Like, I don't think I've done a review on any other knife where I get so many comments on people wanting the knife.
Same here. And I didn't even get mine until these two guys were just nagging me about it every week. You got to get one. You got to get one. You got to get one. And I'm like, I don't know, dude, trust me. You got to get one. I did. And I was like, oh my God, where have you been all my life? So yeah, I'm a believer. Oh man, it's awesome.
So A to Z EDC wants to know when the liner lock field duty is going to drop.
So I have I posted that picture because
I'll try to put that up while you're talking.
I sent the CAD to React, and then they resized everything and then gave me back their version of the rendering. And then I was like, a few weeks have gone by. And I was like, hey, David, you going to make some samples? He's like, well, you didn't give me any kind of specs. Like what do you want to order? Like what handle material, blade steel, finishes, and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, shit, I need to do that. And then I was talking to Chris when we first got here. Like, I'm always getting caught short on all these orders, right? Like, and then people don't find out about it until like a year later, like something that is available, and it was great. And by that time, I only have a few left. So that's kind of what propelled me into doing a pre-order, because it's like by the time most of the general public finds out what it is, I have like very few left. So that's why like I put up that post like, hey, is there any interest in taking part in a pre-order? And I put on like, this is probably going to be like 8 months out. Okay, it's not going to be like next week, 2 weeks from now, or even 5 months from now. It's going to be like 8 months. And here's a mock-up of what somewhat of a stonewash finish blade and bolsters with clip and the backspacer will look like with green micarta. Now the green micarta might be a little bit darker and might be polished depending on what the factory does. Okay, I actually like polished green micarta, but sometimes because of the rouge compound they use, it might have like a little bit of red reflection on it. And this is just like, it looks like bead blasted green micarta.
Would that be like the type that was used on the Field Duty EDC and the Cuff 3 and 4, the G10? Would that be the polished type, or
that is that's G10.
Sorry,
that's
never
G10.
mind. Yep.
So it will almost be like this is burlap micarta, and you see how the shine is on it on the burlap.
Yeah.
So it looks completely different because it's burlap.
Oh yeah. I like that burlap a lot, actually.
Yeah, so burlap, I love burlap. I just like the texture of it. I like the heavy cotton string in there, but that picture in the mock-up, that's for like a bead blasted green micarta. And that's how it's gonna look if it's bead blasted. Now I kind of like the polished stuff just because it won't absorb your oils in there and give it like different colors in the micarta afterwards.
So it's basically like the micarta that Finch does, Kevin, with that, where it almost feels like a resin.
Yeah, like
kind of like where it's got that shine.
It has a little shine to it. Yep.
Yeah, yep. It's not rough at all. It's smooth on top, so it almost feels like G10, but it's micarta.
Yeah,
it's got a resin in it.
I like that type.
I like it. Yeah, It'll depend on how it comes out, but I'm sure if it's one of yours, it'll be fine.
We'll do it right. We're gonna do it right.
Exactly.
What are we talking about? We all know we're going for carbon fiber, anyways.
Yeah. Stevie's in the house. What's up,
Naff
Stevie?
Sergeant's in the house. What's up, Naff?
Jeremy Spalding, Knives Fast, is flipping his Field Duty EDC.
All right, JC.
Freak Show. I'm so happy I'm back at work. Shouldn't be long before I can order me a Field Duty EDC. There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Congratulations for being back at work.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Jason Brown, Josh Worth. Yeah, everybody's in the house tonight. The choil is where I live. Yep. That's right, Brandon. That's right. If it has a choil, it's silly not to. Like, why would you cut holding it back here unless you needed reach for some reason? There's no reason not to do this and have more control. Like, just silly.
But that's the reason that I like the bigger knives and the ones with the choil. Like, okay, let's sell the EDC or just the regular Field Duty.
Size,
I can the full size. I still got a great grip back here. And I've got reach, so I've got an option. I can cut here or I can choke up. And that's why I like the longer, bigger knives, because I have options to hold it. Now, do I use those all the time as my regular EDC? No, I just like it. So.
Right. Yep. And that was why I like the Cuff 3 more than I like the Cuff 4. I think personally because of my hand set. Like I have a large size hand, maybe XL. It depends on the glove, but this fits perfectly. And when I had the 4-point, do you have the 4 there, Kyle? For me, it was because the way the Field Duty breaks it up with that choil, even though it's the same size, the Cuff 4 and the full-size Field Duty are basically the same size. There you go. I like the Field Duty Ergos better because I have that choil that breaks up the handle for my hand size. Where the Cuff 4 kind of just felt like a really long neutral handle, and I just had a lot hanging out. So obviously it depends on your hand size. That's why you have a 4 and I have a 3.
Well, and the thing is, your wife has said the same thing. Is mine is bigger than yours. But that's what I like about it, really, because it has the neutral handle. Sorry, Kev, I had to.
No,
But
I'm cracking up,
when
buddy.
I was
You don't
talking
have
about
to apologize.
options, especially with this being a kitchen utility folder, it's actually where I use this a lot, most of the time, actually. And actually coming back here to do some chopping tasks.
Yeah, it's freaking huge.
I love it.
It feels a lot bigger than the field duty, even though they're essentially the same size.
No, you're right. You're right. It does. It does feel
Right?
bigger. And which this was the second knife I bought because I told Leon whenever I bought this, I was like, if you come out with something that is the larger size, because at first I didn't have the EDC because I was a big knife.
That was I sent you that. That was the first knife we tried. Was
right. And then of course when you sent this to me, happened. I just now I figured out, okay, I got to have one of these too, even though because this is absolutely the perfect EDC size.
Right.
But then probably only 2 to 3 weeks after I told Leon that if he comes up with something, he was like, just hold on. And then he released this. And then of course I bought it.
Somebody keeps trying to get into the live stream.
I have no idea.
I don't know how he got a link either.
I don't know neither. I just kicked it. I
did it earlier. Anyway, but yeah, that's kind of how. Real quick, I'll explain how I got to find, I guess, Liang Ma and everything. I'm trying to think of how. Oh, okay. So Tyler over at EDC Gear Reviews. I don't know if you know him, Leon. And if you don't, check out.
That's who has your Zulu and the L1 coming to him.
Yeah. Okay. And if you haven't checked out his channel, you should, because he has a bunch of your knives on there he's reviewed. Yeah. But he's the guy I first saw a live stream, and he was talking about how the Field Duty EDC was one of the most underrated knives out there. And he was talking about this, and I'm like, damn, that's a sexy looking knife. I should check it out. So that's how I first found you or your website, or I can't remember if I reached out. Oh yeah, because I reached out about the Lefty version.
Yeah.
And you sent me a Lefty EDC, and I unboxed it, and then I bought it 2 minutes later. and then you sent me a version, or you sent me one of these, the 3.0, and I unboxed it, and I bought it 30 seconds later. And then he sent me a 4.0 cuff, and I bought that one 30 seconds after the unboxing. So he kept sending me knives just to review. Like, that was awesome. You were going to just let me review it and send it back. And I always ended up just saying how much, and then I would buy it. And then I told Kyle about it because I'm raving to these guys in their group chat about the Field Duty EDC. And I sent him this Lefty version, and I was like, you got to try it. Like, even though it's left-handed, just see what you think. And he loved the build and the design and all of that. But, this isn't exactly his size knife. It's a little smaller than he loves. So he went on your website and he found the Field Duty, and I guess he talked to you, and then he ended up getting one that you still had him at that point. Thank God. And he got one, and that's how the legend was born about the perfect detent.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that knife literally has the perfect, like, we compare, at least I do, I think Kyle does. And I don't know if Chris does with the EDC. It's similar, has just a spot-on detent. And I compare the Field Duty full size to, like, anything. Like, nothing has beaten it yet in terms of perfect detent. And obviously it's great in many ways, but the detent is just so freaking good on that knife. Yeah.
I said that in my video. Best detent I've ever experienced on a knife. I've never had a knife like that. Nothing comes close either.
Appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm really happy that you guys were able to like really see the finer details of that. Not a lot of people do, and that and people were willing to listen to, like, hey, like, these fine details is what makes something, makes a knife.
It's such a huge difference. I mean, if any knife, honestly, but if this knife didn't have this detent, it would change. Like, if I opened this knife and it did this,
what knife is that? That's one of those.
This is the Liang Ma
Oh, yes.
made.
Totally.
You're just looking at it like, who the hell made that knife?
Shout out to Eggs and Ham. He actually gifted me this. But yeah, if it didn't have that detail, it would I honestly I can tell you right now, I would not rave about your stuff if it didn't have that detail because I'm a detent whore, and every one of your knives, they're spot on. Like I don't think I've ever handled a Ma design that hasn't had a detent that's perfect for the knife. They're different sometimes. Like the Zulu is different than this or the Field Duty, but it's dialed perfectly for that knife.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, I'll stop. I'll stop gushing.
We keep talking about the detent, but I also use the knife, the Field Duty, for the fall shut action, though.
Mm.
It really is one of the best because I'm one of those, I like fall shut, but I like a controlled fall shut, and that's what this has.
Right.
Perfect. So
with no play in any which way, it's a rock,
nothing.
and it drops like that.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is it's a masterpiece. That thing is
should be in everybody's collection. Let's just put
when did you first design the Field Duty, and when did you come out with the ones we have? That would be my question.
So the ones with the bigger size, the full titanium, and marble carbon fiber, and then the carbon fiber, that was about 4 years ago, like 2018.
That you designed it, or they came out?
Probably like 2017. I designed it, and then it came out 2018.
Are you kidding me?
Damn, they're that old.
Yeah.
How in the hell do these not?
He wasn't lying when he said he's falling short. Then
that's why, I said, sometimes people don't discover these for like a year plus, and by the time they do, I'm like almost out of it, right?
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen again, though.
No.
From now on.
Yeah. And I talked to a few guys. One of my friends gave me some advice. His name is Brian Nadeau. He, you know him as Sharp by Design. And he's like, Leon, man, you just got to do the pre-orders. I mean, don't get caught short like that, you know? And he's like, you know, and he really told me, because at first, when he did it, I was like, ha, Brian, no one's going to pre-order. And like all these people pre-order for him, and he never gets caught short. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, Brian, who is this? I'm sorry.
Brian Nadeau.
Oh, Nadeau, Sharp by Design. Okay, sorry.
And
I pre-ordered his Apex a couple weeks ago.
just super generous with advice, you know, and just be like, dude, just do the pre-order. I mean, you know, because by the time people actually find out about certain knives, it's like too late for most of them, you know. And then you're gonna get emails and messages and DMs, and you know, you have nothing left. You have nothing left to sell anyone, you know. And I was like, yeah, that's true. You're right. So now we're setting up a page just to handle pre-orders on my site.
I would 100% I didn't know about these knives before they were out. If I did, I 100% would have pre-ordered them, just like everything else. I counted how many pre-orders I have the other day, and it's 15 pre-orders I have waiting.
And that was also one of the models that I came out with lefty versions.
Yes.
And after you have done so many videos on the lefty version, all these lefties are hitting me up, and I get nothing to sell them. And I'm like, oh boy. So on this pre-order that's coming up, there will be like a space where you could check righty or lefty.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys.
Lefties
are heard.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff we need. And that's another reason I didn't even talk about that. That's another reason I love your knife. Because again, if this knife right here was right-handed, I don't even think I could use it. Like, it would be really hard to flick. Like, trying to use it right-handed, there, I just got it.
Yeah.
That's my life. You know, dealing with right-handed knives is my life. And just having a knife that is made for my hand and not having to worry about the frame lock being in the way and all that shit dropping it to my nail like a normal person and shaking it. It's just putting it in my left pocket. Like, it makes such a difference. And to have it on a knife of this quality is what you don't see. The lefty knives out there, they seem to be like these weird, like Kaiser does it, and Concept does it, but they just take like random models and they start making it the Megatherium. Like, who the hell wants the Kaiser Megatherium? And then who would want it in lefty? Like, it just like they have so many. Like, there's good, like the sheepdog. Oh, they do have a lefty sheepdog, but anyway, there's a lot of knives they could have chose, and they chose random ones. But anyway, in this price point, unless you're going to go custom somehow, that's going to be way more expensive anyway.
Right.
You're not going to find lefty knives. Like, Vero is the only other guy who's done it, I think. He did this Axon in left-handed just recently, which obviously I have too, because I like having things that work for my hand. But, you know, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain to a righty, but I think I don't have much choice as a lefty. So, like,
No, I totally get it.
You know, it's a design I actually like, and it's left-handed. Those two things almost never happen.
Well, like from the manufacturing standpoint, I've talked to a few guys, and when I told them I was doing lefty knives, they started laughing at me. They're like, "Oh, we did those projects with this design, and no lefty bought it."
Right.
And they're like, and that's the thing, like, you know, so it is a risk to do, and that's why I did such a limited run of the lefties on all these new models. Plus, at the same time, I placed the order for these current knives last year in March when COVID was hitting and we thought we were going to die. So I really limited like the amount that we ordered. And I was like, oh man, maybe no one might order it. Maybe no one might want to get one of these knives depending on how the world is, right? And that was just like, that was just the wrong move because everybody like ordered it, you know. And some of the stuff I'm almost out of. So
it's hit or miss, right? And it took time. Like, your investment into those knives was, however, over a year ago or whatever, almost 2 years ago, and you're now having supply issues where people want them and you don't have them, and it's like, damn it, where were you back then, or what, you know?
Right. I think the pre-order is a good idea for that. I think the pre-order is a damn good idea because I mean, especially for the lefty issue, because like you said, you only order a few because the market is not as good for the lefties as it is for the right-handed knives. Right. But with a pre-order, they're the ones buying the pre-order. If they just select that one box, I want a lefty one. There you go.
Right.
Yeah. I will be checking that box, and I will probably if you do that, I guarantee you right now, if you do that and it comes in different handle materials for lefty, I will probably buy one of each or a couple. So
he's the pre-order queen.
The pre-order. But I'm an example of the community. You know, it's what it is right now. Pre-orders is just what everybody's doing. It makes sense. You don't have to worry about missing a knife. You just have to wait for it. So you pre-order it, and then, you know, some companies will do like you pay half then, and then you pay half on delivery, or some will do pay it all at once, or you could do certain number of spots that pay half first, or whatever, right?
Right.
And I just pay it, and then it's out of my mind. I don't think about that knife, and then whenever it shows up, you know, when it gets close to that, then I'm like, okay, I got this knife coming, you know. But that's better than missing a drop, or, you know, it's, you know, like now everybody wants a field duty, they can't get one. That sucks. Like, you know, you want to give everybody a field duty, I bet, but you can't. Yeah. You don't have them anymore.
I would love to be able to sell like everybody who wanted one right now. I mean, my bank account would be extremely happy if I had that supply now. And everybody would be like, yes.
But that's crazy to think that it took. I mean, now I wasn't very familiar with your stuff until early this year, right?
Yeah.
And to be fair, I wasn't even in the community until COVID hit, basically. Anyway, and it took me, that 8 months to build up my budget from, Civivi to where I am now. So it makes sense. But when those first came out, was it like, was it anything like this where people were like,
people liked it, but the amount of like media and people talking about it on Instagram and Facebook was not anywhere close to what it is now.
okay, it is a bigger knife.
Yeah.
I think maybe the size was part of it. I don't know.
I think it was like some people, like as soon as they saw it, they're like, that's the one I want to buy. But it wasn't like people. I didn't have the people talking about it online as they do now. And also, like I think within the last 2 years, you start seeing like the knife community and the drops becoming like a serious money maker, right?
Yeah.
COVID. I'm telling you, it's COVID.
Yeah. Before then, this wasn't like that. It wasn't, like those Spyderco drops was not like that, or all these other drops from all these other makers was not even close to being like this now.
Right.
And now every company is gearing towards the drops, and it kind of shows like where social media has actually pushed the business to be able to
like he's kicking his dog. No, yeah, like I just did a video. I've been doing this new series of videos I call Knife Rambles, where I just talk about whatever topic I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I did one the other day. It'll be out, I don't know, in a couple of days. And it's about the community and how I got into it. And what I was kind of getting at is since COVID hit, the community has just like exploded. I don't know what it was like before. You guys maybe were in the community before then, but I feel like
I think it's everybody was at home bored and started buying knives and stuff, especially last year during lockdowns and stuff like that. I spent more money last year on knives than I ever have before because I'm at home. I can't go anywhere. What am I doing? I'm ordering, and I'm just ordering all the time.
You're watching YouTube videos on different knives.
Exactly. And then I just kept going with it. And I'd watched YouTube on knives for years before that. But last year, when I can't do nothing, amplified that. And then sparked the interest in, I want to try more stuff. So then I just keep ordering. And I noticed that throughout Instagram, Facebook, all these groups and stuff like that, it just exploded and got huge to what it is now.
Yeah.
So, that's what I thought. I didn't think it was this big before.
No, it wasn't. Because before COVID, I used to complain about going to trade shows like twice a month, right? I'll be, traveling somewhere to some city just for the knife shows, right? And some of them were small, but some of them were like the SHOT Show and Blade Show in Atlanta. They were like much bigger shows, but some of it was the smaller shows, the local shows. And, it was more like, meeting someone face to face, shaking their hand. But because we couldn't, like what Chris was saying, we didn't have any of those for like a year. It all came online. And I think that's when you see, like, I think it's a lot easier for all the companies now in a sense. It's a different way of selling, but it's also a different way of trying to engage with someone that you no longer have to meet face to face. And I would rather meet someone face to face and shake their hand and then be able to like say, oh yeah, I met him at the show. And for a whole year, none of us could do that. So now we kind of have to go online and be able to connect with someone just on Instagram, Facebook, and Instagram, and YouTube.
Also, think about online retailers like Amazon. Walmart's even doing it now. You don't even have to go into the grocery store to get your food anymore. You order it, it gets taken to your vehicle, right?
Yep.
It's the new way of how you're buying things now. Everything is ordered now. So not only is it different for the consumer, it's different for the seller, like what Leon was saying.
But there is a different aspect to that. for knives, I think in particular, like different than groceries or whatever. It's kind of
Yeah.
like it depends on how easy you make it, but like going to a knife show and handling knives really helps people who don't have unlimited budget or who aren't really. There's a lot of guys who aren't really good at the whole secondary thing. Like I buy a lot of knives, I sell a lot of knives, right? There's a lot of guys who don't. They buy them, and to them, it's like they purchased it. It's their knife now. It's not going anywhere. There's a lot of people like that who have collections of shit they never even use anymore because they just don't sell stuff. They're not like that.
Yeah.
And to those people, like going to a blade show or whatever really helps because you can handle all different stuff before you start dropping dollars. Where like we can, I can buy stuff and I'm like, man, I think I'm interested. I might love it, and maybe it turns out like this Tucson. I bought thinking I might like it, but I get it in hand and I go, oh, that hole should be all the way down here. Like, why is it all the way up here? I got to climb all the way up to flick it. Like if here, I'm going to start gushing again. But I grab this field duty. I put my hand on it. I want to flick it. What happens? I move my middle finger. I flick it out, and I'm in a grip, right? I grab the cuff. I want to flick it. Middle finger goes right in the hole, bangs it out, and I'm in a perfect grip to cut. This knife, I put my hand on it. I want to flick it. I got to crawl up to the top, maybe flick it out, and then adjust my grip. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you put the hole there? I don't know. So, anyway, if I had gone to a show and handled that knife first, I would have never bought it. You know what I mean? So, I think knives, there's that aspect to it where shows are still good.
Oh, absolutely. Also, the community too, because like I said, last year I bought the most knives I've ever bought was last year, but I've tried more knives this year and experienced more knives that I not necessarily bought, but I actually got to experience them more this year than any other year. And that's because of you, Kyle, Jake, friends, people in the comments. We're all sending each other stuff to try it out and to figure out what works for us. So the community is a big thing too on if you want to figure out if a knife is for you or not. There's a lot of people who actually have the knife, and there's some of the most generous people out there that I've ever met that don't even know you and are sending you, $900 knives to check out, which is awesome. So,
right,
very, very grateful for all that.
And then
people like Kyle sending me his Rosie. Freaking love you, Kyle. I got the video up today, buddy.
Oh, is it
Leon,
up today?
Yeah, it's up today.
Have you handled that knife yet?
No, I have not.
Oof.
I think you would really. It has like I don't mean it in like they're copying you way. It has a similar feel to the field duty though. It has a similar kind of go get it. The way the choil is, and the choil is different, but just the overall like aesthetic is kind of similar. So
I've seen pictures of the Roosevelt.
Yeah. I feel like you would probably like it in hand because I'm guessing you like the field duty since you.
I carried it today. It was sitting on my nightstand.
Oh, okay. It's on your nightstand, you said?
Yeah, man. I carried it today. This thing is sweet.
I miss you.
Your internet's kind
I
of
love
trash,
it right now.
Yeah, mine is out. My buddy here, I loaned it to him to check out, but it's another one of those knives like the field duty that everybody just is like, I gotta get one. Like, it's crazy. And I finally got one. It is a smaller knife though. It's actually like imagine the field duty in a cuff 3 size. That's what it almost looks bigger when you don't it looks bigger in pictures and stuff, but it's a 3-inch blade. It's a smaller knife.
Perfect for me. That's the reason why I'm interested in the 3.0 is because this size is perfect for me.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, the cuff is great as a small, just like that's why I like this knife. It's like if I just need to throw something in my pants, like if I'm wearing gym shorts or I just don't want to carry something big and heavy. This thing weighs absolutely nothing.
Nothing, yeah. With that wonderful monoblock construction for that,
right?
And you still get a good cutting edge. It's great. Right.
Yeah.
Have you guys experienced a knife other than his with a monoblock construction, like a Strider? Because I have.
Yeah, I've had a Strider with a monoblock, but it was
but it doesn't feel anything like that.
No, it doesn't. And
Yeah, because I really like the monoblock construction, but I had never tried a Strider.
Well,
I'm good friends with them, and that's where I got the idea from. And so I asked Mick for permission to use it, but I have pretty much almost every model of Striders here in my house somewhere.
Oh,
really?
wow, nice.
That's awesome. Nice.
I've never tried a Strider, but I really like the monoblock construction that you did on the Field Duty EDC. That's why I was like, I knew it was inspired by Strider.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were friends with him, but I knew it was inspired by him. That's cool, man.
And the reason that the 4.0, the reason I like the 4.0 is obviously because I like the size, but it's actually even a little bit different than the other ones because the monoblock construction, the back of it is fully radiused, it's rounded, and it's so damn comfortable in your hand. The other ones are comfortable too, but that's why I like the 4.0s because.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So the 4.0 has this contour on the back where it's totally rounded seamlessly between the titanium.
Yes.
The titanium.
Almost like an integral, like where it has that rounded, like a titanium integral where it's rounded on the back. Yeah, that's cool.
The 4.0, it's more pronounced, but on the 3.0, you even have that a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
So to do the monoblock, I wanted to come up with something slightly different. And the Field Duty was flat, and it felt great in the flat form. And then for the cuff, I wanted to do like just to round out the back, like you would see on a kitchen knife.
Right.
So that's the Field Duty EDC. You can see it's just kind of like a flat transition there. And then the cuff, this is we'll have Kyle hold his up. The 3.0, it's sort of more, it's got like this chamfer here or whatever, more rounded around.
That's cool.
Oh, Kyle doesn't have his. Leon did, though. Can you hold that up again?
Sure.
I'll make you big here. Yep, you can see
okay.
It's more. It's actually rounded on the back, like
And the way they did it, it is seamless between the titanium and the carbon fiber.
Yeah. You
Wow,
can't feel that at all. It's very, very well done. And
Riot killed it on these.
I've taken these apart like multiple times, all of the monoblock ones, and I can take every single screw out of the knife except for the lock bar insert screw, and this knife will be perfectly centered. It'll flick open, it'll close, like with no screws, just a pivot, the pivot bar or whatever it is in there. And then I guess he has pins that kind of keep things in place. That's another thing I love about your designs, the way you use the pins. Like on the full-size Field Duty, you can take both scales off, the clip off. You can do whatever, take the pivot out, and it'll be dead nut centered. You'll be flicking it. Like, it's incredible. There's barely any blade play. Like, there's no screws in the knife.
Name any other knives that will do that. I can't think of any.
I'd have to really think back to everything I've taken apart. There isn't many, if any, that have done that. No.
Right.
So sometimes you have to like wedge it apart though, which is like annoying.
Well, yeah, no, that's true. I use a plastic pry bar to pop it off. But to me, I take that trade-off over the opposite,
Right.
What's up, Jake? Jake is in the house.
What's going on, buddy?
He's
at California Custom Knife Show right now, ain't he?
He's probably home by now, but yeah. Yeah, we were talking about the Roosevelts. He had a line out the door at CCKS, and he sold every one of his knives that he brought in 50 minutes. And obviously not everybody got one. I got some messages from people who went, and they were like, "Oh, I was like 12 people behind the last guy." I'm like, "Oh, it's
oh man."
I mean, it's not surprising.
They go like crazy on the secondary. Like mine, I paid $1,100 for mine. That knife new was probably like $700 the way it is set up. Like people are paying way. way more for those on the secondary.
Right.
Yeah, you said he had
the Roosevelt
the Roosevelt line was insane.
Oh man.
Frankie Castro, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Frank? Winner of the Lefty Live the other night.
The giveaway on Thursday on my live stream. The way we did
hilarious.
it, you had to come up with the best. What do you call it? The best synonym or the best way to say sex? So like knocking boots, or I don't know. What are the other?
What was it? What was it? Pumping pooter?
Yeah, pumping the pooter, taking the coochie train or whatever.
Taking the skim boat to Tuna Town.
Yeah, I forget what Frank said. He said something like, "I gotta go put my baby banner in my wife" or whatever.
That shit cracked us all up. Dude.
Yeah, that one won. Anyway, that's how we do giveaways. We don't do number games around here.
Oh, smart, nice.
Yeah, me and Kyle learned the hard way not to do a number game.
Yeah, we did a number game, and it was an absolute epic fail. It was
That was
bad.
a dumpster fire. We got made fun of it for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Daniel Vargas says, I buy one Liang Ma and got hooked. Haven't bought nothing else since. Liang Ma knives my favorite.
Nice.
There you go.
Thank you, Daniel.
Oh yeah, I have some Liang Ma pictures here. I'm gonna see if I can pull these up, and you can tell us about. I wanted to kind of. I asked Liang before to send me pictures of some of his knives that he has. Probably, how many knives do you have, Liang, of your own knives, like not your other collection? A lot.
60, 70.
Okay, so you try to keep one of each.
I try to keep
right?
one of everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you've been designing for what, 25 years now? Is that?
It's like if I counted everything, it'll probably be close to like 23, 24. But
Okay.
I counted it. I counted like later because the first few were one-off projects from makers that no one knew, and they were mostly karambits.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? The karambit market, no, not everybody's going to want a karambit. So I started doing more folders. And that's when I really started things. Yeah. So this year officially is like 20.
Okay.
2022 will be 20. Yeah.
Nice. Wow. That's a long time.
Unofficially it will be like 23, 24.
That's a long time, I'll tell you that much. So there's that field duty again. And I saved all your pictures and then I put it away. Let's do this. All right. So I'm gonna go through. I don't know. I didn't save them in any good order. So hopefully.
No, and I probably should have named them so you know what it is.
That's okay. You're gonna tell us. So what is this knife?
This was like a folding hawkbill with where the flipper would also have an index finger hole on it. It was called the Dark Side.
Okay.
And it's made by Alan Elishewitz, and there were 10 pieces.
Oh, it was a custom.
Yeah, it's custom. So all the pictures I sent you were customs.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So have you ever made a custom like yourself in a shop or?
No, I've ground, blazed, and they did not turn out well. I actually do okay shaping handles partially. This is the El Tonto, which is Eddie and Leon by Eddie Baca.
It's
and
not a Spyderco.
Okay. Yeah, and the thing is, the clip is for lefty and righty. So the clip actually bends, and there's both sides all the time. So the clip is basically a U shape. So you can put in your right.
Oh shit!
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can see the back of it there. You see it?
Yeah, it's a U-shaped clip. So
what?
If you wanted to put it in your left pocket one day instead of your right pocket, you don't have to like switch the clip around and stuff.
That's funny.
That's different. I've never seen anything like that.
It does look super neutral though. It doesn't look like it would be a hot spot.
Yeah, and it acts almost like a slight palm swell in the end, because of it.
Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
When was this made?
It's like 2006.
That's a nice inset liner lock there. I mean, they did a good job on that. Who made this?
Eddie Baca. He's a maker in New Mexico. He's
Okay.
he's the first maker that really collaborated with me. So I've known him for over 20 years before his kids were even born, and now both of them are out of college.
Wow.
Okay. All right, we got this guy.
This is the original eraser made by Phil Boguszewski in Washington, and this is like
Thumb studs and a flipper.
I've actually got the eraser in right now for review from a buddy.
Here,
So
wait,
at one point this knife was like $5,000, but I sold it for like $700. But because of Phil Boguszewski's work was just so renowned at the time, so it was just like, I knew that I wanted to play with multiple ways of opening a knife.
Right. Kyle, do you have the other? Oh, you're outside, damn it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the eraser when I go back in.
Okay. Sorry, I wanted him to show it, and now I gotta go back to all these pictures that I.
Well, while you do that, I will get it.
No.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
So there is a surprise on the new Field Duty.
Really?
Wait. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can find it out. Hang on. Where's that picture again? I gotta find it. 3.5. Here it is. Okay.
Okay.
There's a surprise.
Oh, I know what it is. Front flipper.
On the top of the on the back, look on the back spacer.
Around it.
If you zoom on the top of it, you could see it on the top of the blade.
The front flipper, you mean?
Yeah,
this thing down here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So I added a front flipper to it. After all these years, people are like, oh, why did he add a front flipper? So
Kyle, did you hear that?
What happened? What?
I added something.
It's going to be a front flipper?
It's going to be a front flipper too.
Oh.
Multiple ways of deployment, man.
Hey man,
Awesome.
you're gonna test their detent skills with that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They gotta nail it with that. But you did it on the cuff, the version 2. I know it hurt your soul that I chopped it off, but
I don't think I slept for a week.
Did you see the mods they did on it?
Yeah.
Did you see that picture?
It looks cool.
The other day.
No, I didn't see it the other day.
So here, let me show you real quick, and then Kyle can. Which reminds me, if you ever want to get work done, Liong, I've talked to you about this before, but if you ever wanted to have somebody like pimp out a knife and then auction it or something, the knife modders, Lindy and Richie, they do excellent work. You guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
Check this one out. That's a Field Duty full titanium right there.
Look at that shit.
That bark pattern looks dope.
That looks absolutely fantastic. But they did my cuff. Here it is. And they did bark pattern on the clip and the scales around the carbon fiber.
Oh, sweet.
Look at that. Oh, man, that looks sexy.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's the lefty. You can see the front flipper. I almost said Teletubby. Sorry. The front flipper is gone. We call it a Teletubby because it kind of looks like one. And they cut a little more lock bar access in because my fat thumb can't get in there.
Nice.
So yeah. Anyway, I wanted to show you that because they do excellent work. But
I think I met them in when I was in Texas at the ICCE show.
Oh, cool.
Are they in Texas?
California. No, I don't think that was them. That might have been somebody else. But
okay.
I mean, they could tell us if they're here. But yeah, if you ever want to do that, because that's what a lot of makers, not that you should do what everybody else is doing, but a lot of makers are sending like 1 or 2 knives off to modders to get really cool work done. And then they do a raffle or an auction, and then, the community gets a cool knife. You make some money. It's good publicity,
Yeah.
But they do excellent work. So anyway, I wanted to plug them a little bit, but they're doing the cuff for me. And Riot, I will say, before I chopped it off, that top flipper worked excellent with the hole. It still was perfect detent for both. I think that's why you made the top flipper so tall, maybe?
I did the top flipper so tall because I was scared that people weren't going to be able to deploy it And then I was like, oh, that's so crazy of me. Of course they're gonna be able to deploy it. What the hell?
Right.
You know. And then afterwards, I kind of wish I made it a lot more smaller and stuff like that. That's a Todd Rexford collaboration. That was the original Remedy.
Remedy. I've never even heard of the Remedy. Okay, that looks awesome. It has
there's a front picture too, but that's the back photo. That is a double bolstered frame lock with carbon fiber.
It's a
Let's see if I can find the front picture. They're not in order. I didn't save them in order, is what I should say. You sent them in some kind of order.
I don't think I sent it to you in order either, so don't worry.
All right. Well, when we get there, you can. Did you grab the eraser, Kyle?
I got it.
Okay, here. Let's see that bad boy.
All right. So, boom.
Oh yeah.
That is the React eraser. Yeah.
That's the first knife that I heard people really talking about you when, like, I would watch. Was it Birdshot 4 IV or whatever?
Yep.
I think they raved about that knife. Yep. Yeah. That was the first time I heard your name was when they showed this off. I was just watching random YouTube videos one day. This was like a couple of years ago. But yeah, that's a cool knife. It's a full size knife, right, Kyle?
It is definitely a full size knife.
It's 4-inch blade.
Right. And like the way the handle is shaped. So usually whenever this kind of an area on a knife comes back up, like I'm like always a little scared. I'm like, oh no, with my big wide hands, how is it going to do? And it's like it was built for my hand size. So if anybody has hands that are my size or smaller, which most people are smaller, this thing is going to be like amazing in the hand.
Okay. Yeah.
And of course,
Leon. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Of course, I can flick it. Sorry, I had my thing down. Like for me, my finger is damn wide, but down here at the bottom, I have to get my finger down at the bottom, and then it works. It just takes me a minute to actually get to where I can do it.
Right.
But the detent on the flipper is really where this thing is amazing.
Right. Yeah, that's a gorgeous piece.
And it's a different pocket clip than what is on all the other Liang Ma's that I have.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true, yeah.
Originally, I did a lot of sculpted clip, and I realized like the way I angled the clips, you will not feel a hot spot in the meat part of your hand if I angle it correctly. And I did a decent job on that eraser, so I hope you can feel like you don't really feel the clip as much.
No, and because in some knives I can feel the clip, but it's not a hot spot. But this one I can't feel the clip at all. Yep. So you did an excellent job on that.
So if you're a garden gnome with huge hands, that knife is going to be good for you.
Right.
So Richie said they met you at Blade Show West just a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you did meet them. But yeah, it's a couple, Lindy and Richie, and they do a lot of mods. They're awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And Ron RC, sorry, says, hope it won't affect the perfect detent on the new field duty with the front flipper. So
we'll hope. We're gonna hope for that one, okay? Seriously.
If anybody's gonna get it right, it's gonna be Riot and Liong.
Yeah.
No.
We have a lot of confidence with Riot.
No shit. Yeah.
And David says, he thinks he met you at the booth with them when you at Blade Show West. So
okay.
And Nap Sergeant says that one is currently at Recon 1 along with the eraser. So I think he means the cuff, maybe.
No, I think he meant maybe the Remedy.
Oh, really?
You just showed a picture before.
Okay. Those are still out there.
Yeah, but I think Recon 1 wanted like $5,000 for the Remedy.
Now, I don't know how it works. Did you already sell it to them or do you get money?
No. So these originally, I never used to sell to dealers. I used to sell to just my collectors. And then over the years, they probably lost interest and they sold it to a dealer.
Right.
Okay. Everyone makes a buck. So
yeah, of course. So
Yeah.
it might not be a new one. It might be
No, these are definitely every single one of the customs was sold to collectors. So
Got you. So it's a custom remedy. Got it. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
custom
I was
remedy.
a little behind there.
Yeah.
See, now where Kevin found you was from Tyler EDC Gear Reviews. Where I found you was from Epic Smuggle Bunny.
Yeah.
That guy. He was the one that reviewed a lot of Liang Ma stuff.
Eugene Kwan too.
Yes, him too. Yep.
Austin and Eugene.
Yep.
Awesome people.
The Razorback Jimping guy. He named that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he's the one that did that.
Or is that? Or did you name that, Leon?
I told him it's a reverse wave.
Okay.
So it's like a reverse wave check mark, you know?
He calls it Razorback, and that's what I've always said. And I think that's a good name for it. But
yeah,
does anybody know what happened to him? His channel's gone.
His channel's gone. He got a new position for he's a pastor.
Oh,
he got a higher up position in his church.
And
he was like, I don't have time to raise two kids,
right?
And be a pastor and do the night review. So I once in a while I text him just to see what's going on. I want to keep in touch with him.
I was concerned because his channel just disappeared. Usually people just stop posting. You can still have but maybe he didn't want his name associated with it or something because of, I don't know. But that's good to know he's okay. That's what I wanted to know.
He sent me all the videos before he canceled it. So once in a while I do post one of his old videos onto my YouTube.
I like his dashboard videos, man.
Yeah,
I really like to enjoy those.
Yeah.
And then, two people watch it. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah. That's why I was telling you, you can set up playlists.
Right.
And you could just put all of our videos into a playlist on your channel. And then people can go to your channel and find our videos. And it'll take them to our channel, but they'll go there. They'll at least find the videos,
Yep, they can find all the reviews.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a lot easier than uploading all of them,
Right.
That's
I'll be sitting here for days if I did that.
Eggs and Ham, David says, I think Richie and Lindy came to your booth at Blade Show West when Christine was giving everything at your booth away for an $800 donation.
Oh, that's them. Oh, yeah. So Christine, who's Women Carry Knives, came up to me, and I was like, oh, do you mind watching my booth? And we make names for each other. So I called Mandy, and she called me Bob. And I was like, okay. And she was like, everything's for sale for $800 donation. Everything's free for $800 donation.
That's the way to sell it right there.
I'm like, you're doing a better job than me. I'll be out.
Yeah, she's awesome.
He said $1,900 for the remedy, I guess.
Nice. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I was like, let me go buy that back.
Go in there and buy it again.
Urban Legend says you didn't mention to Leong that Lindy and Richie do work with MBK. Yeah, so they, Monterey Bay Knives. Have you heard of them? Sanford, Owen.
Sanford.
You probably know Ray Laconico.
Yep.
They do mod work for Monterey Bay Knives because they're like 20 minutes away.
Okay.
They're actually helping them with the Sea Otter, which is their USA made knife. Okay. Monterey Bay Knives. And then they do all the, like MBK will do special knives to sell on their website, and they mod those too. So
nice.
Yeah. Another plug for Lindy and Richie. I could do that all night.
Because they do damn good work.
Yeah. No, right now they have my nurse. They are fixing, I told you about the lock stick, right, on my Gavco, like crazy.
So
they carbonized it.
When you sent it to them, it still had the lock stick?
Yes. But they don't live in Florida. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you. Yeah, they can attest. They can attest that I'm not crazy. But they carbonized the lock face because it doesn't come carbonized, I guess, and that's why it has lock stick. That's just kind of normal, right? Titanium on it's nitro V and titanium. It's gonna have lock stick unless it's perfect, which I guess it wasn't. I don't know. So anyway, they carbonized it, and now they said there's no lock stick. They did my cuff version 2, They did my Urban EDC Voxnez F5.5. They modded that, and they also have my Malibu right now, ProTech Malibu.
Nice.
So yeah, they're
What
doing
they
a
doing
lot of
with that?
stuff for me.
What are
What?
they doing with the Malibu?
They're gonna. So I chipped it, the coating. So I was like, I can't live with this little chip here. Like, there's no way, right? That's gonna drive me nuts.
Oh,
So
the aluminum handles. With,
yeah,
Yeah.
coating chipped. Oh,
it has blue Cerakote or blue whatever, and it chips. So they're gonna re-anodize it. They're gonna do it Cerakote it black, and then we're gonna do all white hardware. So it's gonna be like a Stormtrooper, except for the blade will still be stonewashed. I think it's gonna look cool.
nice.
Yeah,
Now you got to change your logo.
they have two of his knives too. Yeah, I know, right? My logo is it'll still have the Malibu. It'll just be black. You know, whatever. Richie said both your knives are pretty much done. Just need to get some pics. He's talking to David there. All right, I'm going to go back to these pictures. And if you guys in the comments have any questions for Liong, feel free to drop them in, and I'll try to get to them. But let's see. Sorry, this is like a mirror and a mirror and a mirror type thing. I think we were here. All right. This thing is interesting.
So that is the silver part on the handle is what's called lock gate, but that was utilizing the Spyderco ball lock for a folding hatchet.
What?
Wait,
so how big was this thing?
This thing, well, if you imagine the grip, the lower part of the grip will fit your hand, and then the top part of the grip will fit your hand too, and then you can use that little protrusion as like an index finger notch to get better handle for like kind of like chopping and stuff like that.
So this is how it was. This is it deployed all the way.
Yeah, and that is that folded in the Kydex sheath. Yeah.
So it is like a hatch. That has to. That's not like. I feel like that would be very hard to make it secure, right?
No, that ball lock was really good. Yeah, and then when because of the size of the blade and the thickness, when we pull it from the sheath, the blade actually automatically just swung out.
What?
Oh, that's badass though. No, that's badass. I would love that.
Emerson deploy. You have an extra one you can send to Kyle.
Yeah, that sounds pretty damn cool. I've never seen anything like that actually.
That reminds me of a question I have for you, Leon, and it looks like I might have another one. Did Chris fall? Oh, Chris went to go do something. Do you have ginormous hands? I've met you in person, and you don't have huge ass hands.
No. So I have two very different size hands. I just have a medium hand and a small hand, and my left hand is injured from birth. So when the doctor pulled me out, he injured the vein that runs down my left arm. So I was partially paralyzed, and just because of the way my dad was an orphan, and my dad was just like, listen, don't pity yourself. Just keep working, keep working. And he was really like the driving force. That's how I became a chef. That's how I'm able to use my left hand and type on a typewriter and everything, because he kept pushing me. He's like, don't feel pity for yourself and don't give up. Life is hard. Just keep pushing forward.
Right.
And so yeah, my hands aren't that big, but I know that the majority of human beings, their hands will be at least 3.5 to 3.75 inch in width. So if you design handles, if you design handles around 3.5 to 3.75, it's going to fit the majority of hands.
So the reason I asked that question is because of the size of the field duty, the cuff bore, the eraser. You seem to like to design knives in a 4-inch blade area, and I was wondering why.
Well, and also like machetes and kitchen knives, you don't really find a lot of them with like tiny handles, and it's also because the wider the grip, the more easy and controllable it is.
Okay, and is that a personal thing, or is that
no? It's just me using knives for so long.
Okay,
you know? Like if it's like a small knife, like like the L1, right? It's a small knife. So the handle, I cannot make this handle like this handle, obviously, right? It will just look odd. But most of the time, I will only carry the L1 if I'm in a dress situation, like I'm wearing, nice clothes and going out at night and stuff like that. So, but the majority of the time, I carry the field duty in full titanium,
Okay.
and
You're a
I
full
know
tie
that,
kind of guy, huh?
yeah. So I know that if I need to do something, I need to have a secure grip on my knife. And if it was a tiny handle, I'm not going to have that.
Now, do you carry the full titanium one because you had to sell your bolster lock one?
Just because someone talked me out of the bolster lock carbon fiber blade show, and but he sent it to me back, so I may not send it back to him.
Yeah, I regret sending you that now. I don't know. He sent me a couple voice messages where he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take this out back and test it on my concrete lock." I'm like, "God damn it!" Yeah, don't. If I was gonna let anybody do that, I guess it would be you.
Okay, so I actually have like one of each, brand new in the bag, in my closet somewhere, where it's not for sale. It's just for me, for like I have to keep one of everything, right?
If you want to take the marbled carbon fiber off of one of them and put them on mine, I would not be upset if that came back with marbled carbon fiber. Dom Bond says, "Mr. Ma, I'm so happy to see you in the community, hanging with the boys. Gotta say, I wasn't the biggest fan. I had my eye on the Warriors, but I think I'll get one now. Thanks for being awesome."
Well, there you go.
There you go, man.
Like the Warrior 2 V3.
Ah. Hold on, wait, let's see that.
That looks nice.
Ooh. That's with that burlap. I love the burlap, man.
Oh yeah.
I love that Tanto. That thing is just sexy.
Yeah. I am and the compound grind. Oof.
Yep.
Right.
You made that in Lefty, right?
Yes, I did. So this blade was inspired by one of my friends who long ago, his name is Bob Lum. And he's probably been gone for about 10 years now. And I was designing knives at the time, and we were both friends. And I was like, Bob, would you make me like one of your Tantos with a flipper? I could draw it out for you and make it all work. And he was like in his 70s already. And he's like, yeah, I can't be messing around with those flippers. I'm old timer, Go, a lot of makers. Go get one of your friends to go make it for you. And I'm like, you sure you don't mind? I'm like, nah, don't worry.
So he let you take the shape. Okay.
Yeah. And the thing is,
gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous.
To do this blade, this is hand ground, and it's hand ground by a woman.
Nice.
In the factory. Yes.
Wow.
So it's not just men in the factory; it's also women, and just the level of work that they can do.
Right. The attention to detail. Women are great for the attention to detail. So I know a lot of factories, they're the ones actually putting them together and making sure everything fits right and stuff.
Right. Or they're the one doing the last QC check. Like Big Red was saying at ProTech, they went and checked out the shop at ProTech.
Mm-hmm.
And they have one lady there who checks every single knife before it gets sent out. She's like the knife checker at the end. She checks to make sure it's okay to send. And if there's anything that doesn't make sense, she doesn't send. And I've never had a bad ProTech.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Now, you said you make that in Lefty. Do you have any? No? You don't have any? Damn it. That would have been nice. Tom Bond says, so he asked, this was his second part. He said, Mr. Ma, what's your thoughts on Magna Cut and M398? Are you considering using some exotic blade steel, or is it not worth the price? Also, what's your favorite blade steel?
So I like, so I grew up using like kitchen knives, and usually kitchen knives are made with like the cheapest stainless steel. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know we can all talk about steels to the end of the day, but if you keep it steeled and sharp, you can use any blade to the end of your day. Now, the thing I probably would not use M398 because it is double the price of M390, which would then price some of these things a little bit more than what a lot of people would want to consider. And that's from talking with David. He's like, he was cursing because he bought some samples to use, and he was like, man, this thing is like double the price. It's like
for M398. It's
M398.
supposed to be similar to S90V. I've heard it's super good edge retention, but it's not the hardest steel or whatever.
Yeah,
it's chippy, or it is hard. It's
it's not tough. Yeah,
right.
There you go. It's not the toughest.
And the M3, the Magna Cut, I've heard is like a stainless version of something else, and I am gonna use it, and it's gonna be used on a kitchen knife.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's using it. It sounds like I've heard everybody say they're making their next thing in Magna Cut. So I think it's going to be the new M390.
Yeah, it's just like, can we get it? And there will also be a folder project.
And you're talking about 4V. It's the stainless 4V.
Yes, the stainless 4V. Yeah. So and I'm gonna use it on a folder project, and that will probably come middle of next year, and it's going to be made in the USA. It's my first folder project made in the USA.
What?
And it's going to be coming a lefty too.
It's going to be an ambidextrous lock.
Ooh,
dude, you're holding out.
Is it going to be like an axis lock? Are you working with Benchmade or something?
I'm not saying any more than that. It's just that's that.
I nailed it. He's working with Benchmade, guys.
I'm not saying any word. I'm not saying any more than that.
Or Hogue. It's one of those.
All right, now we got to shut this down. We got to talk to Liong real quick.
It could be Spyderco, but you wouldn't consider the compression lock ambidextrous, would you?
No, it's not ambidextrous.
Thank you. I love you.
The original lock that now they put like a little piece on top. That's ambidextrous.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The Vanex 2 lock.
Yeah.
The cage lock. Yeah. I saw one of the pictures you sent. Oh, wait, real quick, just to finish this. He asked what your favorite steel is, blade steel.
Oof. I would say because I'm in Florida, so I sweat a lot when I'm outside. Okay.
Yep.
Florida man.
I'm the juice guy. Yeah.
And so it will have to be a stainless. I've been carrying this Cuff 4 on me. And
this L-Max is so good.
It has been really easy to maintain. It's 4 ounces at this large size.
No.
It's my favorite steel.
I love L-Max, man.
I feel like L-Max is really underrated.
It's as far as an overall good, well-rounded steel, can't beat it.
Yeah.
So you guys know I rust everything, right? So my back left pocket is where I carry right-handed knives, and I sweat, and I call it ass juice, and it rusts everything. I mean, I'm not kidding. I've rusted M390 in like a day of carrying it. I have never rusted L-Max on any knife. I've had 2 of each of these. The Cuff 3 and the Field Duty EDC. Don't ask me why I've had 2, but I do. And I've had my Trevor Berger custom front flipper knife is in L-Max. Mm-hmm. That's got a hand satin on it, so it's not like stonewashed or anything protective. Carried that in the back right pocket. I've never rusted L-Max one time. I've rusted M390 many times. S35 I've rusted.
Yep.
Obviously the cheap, like D2 I've rusted and whatever. I've rusted tool steels. Like I've literally rusted K390 and I've rusted Nitro V. Believe it or not, it's this bead blasted Stinger. I've rusted just sitting in my knife case.
Do you think that would be the case for the Nitro V if it was stonewash instead of?
I don't. I think Nitro V is I think it's a good kitchen knife steel actually.
Yeah.
But I think it's this wee bead blast that is making that happen. Yeah.
Bead blast in general seems to pit more whenever you're carrying it.
That's my problem too. Is a lot of the knives I carry, because I like hole deployments, they have these freaking bead blast. Like, not many people do the hole the way you do. You just do a clean hole.
Mhm.
A lot of people do a cutout, and then
Right.
they have a
step.
yeah, or whatever, and that's all bead blasted because you can't get anything else in there. You can't get it satin. You can't stonewash it, I guess.
Right.
So it comes bead blasted, and that's what rusts immediately, is that little pocket on the hole every time I get a knife like that. I like here, the Stinger has it on this. It's not a full cutout, but that I've rusted in there. I've rusted the whole blade, actually. Like, I've had to clean this off multiple times. Yeah, this Nitro V on the Stinger rusts. I had one I ordered directly from Ferrum Forge, and I got it, and it was literally rusted in the bearing pockets. Like, so it's the bead blast on that.
Urban Legend said, I've heard that bead blast opens the pores of a steel, makes it more susceptible to rust. That's exactly what it does.
It's dumb. I do not understand why you would take a knife that's M390 and then fucking bead blast something on it. You're literally making M390 less stainless. Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, and it depends on where you live.
I guess you live in Alabama. I live in Pennsylvania. I don't live in like the coast, or I don't live in the South. I don't live in Florida. Like, I live in Pennsylvania. But like, I love. I love the EMP EDC Nimble. One of my favorite knives. It's actually, if you guys saw my video the other day, it's like a contender with the Field Duty EDC for Knife of the Year for me this year. That I've rusted that little bead blasted hole thingy like every fucking time I carry it. I've rusted it. So yeah, part of it is it's not the knife, it's me. But like, I need to pick knives that work for me. So, you know, I'm not, so that's why I'm just saying this LMAX is incredible. It really is. And if it's heat treated right, from what I understand, it holds an edge almost as good as M390 anyway. So like, why wouldn't you use it? Plus, I'm guessing is it cheaper, or do they sell it on par with M390? It's just what they have.
It is probably like a couple of bucks cheaper. But by the time you buy it, pay all the taxes and duties, and then ship it over there, and then pay the taxes and duties on the other side, nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
Who LMAX is made by Bowler,
right?
Yeah. So it's the same people who make M390.
Yep.
So do you know? I don't know if you were into metallurgy or anything, but do you know the difference between M390 and LMAX? Like, what attributes are supposed to be different?
No, I don't. Not to that point. No.
And it's very similar in price. It's just interesting that they sell both. They make both. So there has to be some difference to it.
Well, there's a lot of people just have personal preferences, and makers probably have. And then maybe the ease of manufacturing, the ease of grounding, maybe M390 wears belts a little bit more than LMAX. Who knows? It could be a combination.
Yeah, that's true. I just think that Riot could get more LMAX this year or last year, and that's why they used a lot of LMAX last year.
Oh, they're gonna be using it a lot this year too. I just sent them like a whole bunch.
You buy the steel for your knives?
Yeah.
That's how it works with Riot, or that's how?
That's how it works with me, because I've done it for so long that I kept doing it. Like originally the S35 VN, I'm the one who bought it, and then the S90V I bought, and then they also have S30V from me and the LMAX. Now the thing is, all these steels, because they're from European sources, they were harder. Not the S30 stuff. That's Crucible. That's here.
Yeah.
But they didn't really have anybody in China yet that could get them the steel. Now they do. Now they see that there is such a huge market, so they have like salesmen there that would sell them the steels and everything,
right,
and ship it to their factory. A couple of years ago, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, but then they you know, that guy sells them D2 instead of S35 and stinks. You know, that actually happened to somebody I know, and it was
Michael B says, "Hey, Liong, I really love all your knives and always look forward to your new releases. Are there still plans to release knives like the GSD L1 and 18?"
Yes, they are. So they are coming. They'll probably be like early to mid next year.
Okay.
Yeah. And the thing is, the order for those knives are already put in. So it will be the same situations as the knives that I already have now. So there'll be limited numbers. And it wasn't like pre-ordered like this new field duty that I'm doing. So yeah.
So the L1, we got to see the L1, right?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you saw the L1. This is the T1. This is the Quaken.
Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me see that. So the T1 is what's coming next year. The L1 you already have, or
yes, no? The L1 is released, and you guys did a video.
Yeah,
we did.
I was gonna say. I still kind of wish I would have picked one up.
Man, you had the Lefty, and then you sent it back to me.
I know. I usually buy them all. I know. That one out. It actually hurt to send it, but. I don't know. I still might want one. Did you get more than just the carbon fiber in Lefty, or did you just get that one? I mean, I'm guessing you got more than one.
I'll tell you afterwards because I don't want to tell everybody right now.
Okay.
I have the full titanium. I have the marble carbon fiber, which I sent you, and I have like one of each of the fat carbon.
Yes! No. All right. I might have. All right. Well, yeah. All right.
Cool. But I'll purposely not sell you a fat carbon one.
Do you have the Hawk with you right now? That's what I'm interested in. The Hawk.
Yes, I do have the Hawk in my room.
Oh, he's got his room.
Actually, a very popular slip joint maker's wife just bought it for her husband.
Oh, really?
For his birthday coming up. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because she was looking for a present for him, and she remember he mentioned like that knife is like one of the only ones that stood out to him that he liked.
Oh,
it's still standing out to me, dude. I mentioned that to you when we were texting. I was like, dude, I just freaking can't stop thinking about that one for some reason.
I'll send you one for review, and
I'm about it.
All right,
I'll check it out.
Loves the jungle factor. Chris, make sure you get the one from Alex after that.
All right.
I gotta run real quick for a second. Bathroom break for me.
All right. Alex says, when is the pre-order for the new field duty liner lock? Is ordering 8 months out, or is delivery 8 months out?
Ooh. What do you mean ordering 8 months out?
I think what he means is like when you do the pre-order, is it mean that they'll be delivered 8 months from then? Or
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be okay, and we're crossing our fingers here, okay, that there isn't something going on with shipping and supply chain things or anything like that. Everything that with pre-orders is always a guesstimate.
Yeah.
Right. And so when I say 8 months, it might be 6 months, and I'll be shipping you your knife then. It might be 7 months, it might be 8 months, it might be 9 months.
Okay.
So
because I mean you can't because they can. In manufacturing, that just sometimes doesn't happen, right?
Yep.
So
and like most of the time, right now, there's like supposedly like 100 container ships sitting off the coast of California, and nobody's unloading these containers. So
thanks, Joe Biden, and you fucking. Sorry, I'm gonna get off that.
So it's like that's one of the things that we're looking at because I'm considering doing some other things. I'm like, well, Florida has like 3 or 4 ports. You know, if I was to ship something on a container, I'm going to look for that boat that's coming to Florida so I can undock over here. And if I need to, I know guys who have who can haul the container to wherever I need to go.
Just call me, bro. I'm in Florida too. Just call me.
And I not have to come all the way from across the country and stuff, you know.
Right. You're on the East Coast. I'm on the
Hey,
West
guys.
Coast. We'll just meet in the middle, man.
Yeah. Well, I was just in Orlando last night.
What?
Yeah, I was meeting up with a bunch of people who was from like Jacksonville and St. Petersburg, and some was in Orlando. So
See, I'm a 45 minutes to an hour away from Orlando. I was just bitching on our last live stream because Kevin's meeting up with a whole bunch of knife buddies, and I was like, I don't have anybody around me that's into this kind of thing. And now I'm like, well, screw y'all. I got Liong. I'm gonna go hang out with him.
where do you live?
I live in Plant City.
Oh, so you nice. Isn't there like a big museum there? Like a Ybor City? Like
Yeah, there's Ybor, yeah.
And then
Ybor, they have the strawberry festival out here every year.
But there's a bunch of makers that live on that side.
I think you got Vero. I think Vero's out here in Florida too. I think they're farther south.
Yeah. I know Bastinelli is in Orlando. I'm over here in Palm Bay. Alan Foltz is in Palm Bay with me. And then like the Shark Knife Co. guys, like Edison is down in West Palm Beach, and his brother is in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
You know. So,
you say Shark Knife Co?
Shark Knife Co. Yeah, Edison.
That's right, Chris.
I don't know anything about them. Are they the guys who do the Goblin? Or am I
Yes. Yes, that is. Then you do know about him, yeah.
The Koenig knife?
No, he's not Koenig. Well, Koenig licensed that design from him.
But it's them, right?
It's them, yeah. It's right. Edison's design, yeah.
I thought somebody told me they were in Hawaii for some reason.
Well, they went to a Hawaii show, but they're not. They live in West Palm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to move to Florida, man. That's it. I need to move to Florida.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't have winters.
We don't. I've never seen snow. I've never seen snow.
I lived in Palm Harbor for a couple of years when I was a kid, and we had a pool. And fuck, man, I spent every goddamn day in that pool. I got swimmer's ear like 40 times. And when we moved back here, I was like, man, I have always missed that pool. Like, I just love swimming, and living in Florida, you can have a pool, you know what I mean? But you probably got to be pretty rich to have a pool, right?
Yeah, you do. I was about to call you a rich bastard.
Not really. Depending on the type of house you buy, or if you're gonna.
Do you have a pool, Leon?
I don't have a pool, and the reason why I don't have a pool is because
you have an Android.
I have a what?
Fuck you, Kevin. That's Kevin being a dick. Fuck you.
Yeah, I grow fruit trees in my yard. I have like a dozen fruit trees.
That's why. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't have room for a pool. But the other thing is, everybody who has a pool, you got to spend a lot of money taking care of that pool.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
Sure
That's
you
why.
Right?
Not only that, and then your house, you got to have a permit to build the pool. If you do the underground and stuff, they're expensive.
Well,
Yes,
our house.
the
came
best
with
way
a
to
pool.
do it, right? The best way to do it is to buy a house that already has a pool. Because if you have to actually put the pool in, that's where it's expensive.
Right.
You don't.
We
ever get
just
your money
sneak
back
into
out.
like the community pool and stuff like that. That's
But
what
you have a pool. Your apartment complex has a pool. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. This is the first time I've lived in a place that actually has a pool.
Okay,
Yeah,
but how
our
often
house
do you
has-
go to the pool?
Before COVID, all the
They go a
time.
lot.
Then
Yeah.
COVID happened and they shut it down to where we couldn't go out to the pool. Now it's like you can have a couple people out there now. Yeah. They closed it down and put a lock on it all last year. So that's my son's favorite thing to do is to go swimming. So
Yes, that's my kid. I'm telling you, man, that's swimming's the shit when you're a kid for sure.
Oh,
But like
hell yeah.
when we left Florida, man, I had a 6-pack. I was a beast because I swam every day. We got here and I was like, I
see,
couldn't
in
swim anymore.
Alabama, we swim in the creek. That's
what we did in high school. There's a creek that ran right behind the school, and we used to go out there and party all the time.
And that's why you need a knife and Vanex, Leon.
Oh yeah, dude.
So I heard about Vanex a long time ago, and I did talk to the manufacturer about using Vanex.
Right, it's
And
Bowler
I'm like,
too, right? Is it Bowler?
It's Bowler.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
So
There it
what do you cut with it?
What do I cut with it?
What have you cut with it? And is it like the same as all the other steels? It's just it's just completely stainless.
It's got better edge retention than LC200M. I have noticed that.
I cut
Say that again,
zip ties.
I say, in my personal experience, it has better edge retention than LC200M, which is the other, rust-proof steel.
Yeah,
and
for sure it does.
So yeah, I've had really good luck with Vanex as far as edge retention. Like what he just pulled up the Quiet Carry Drift.
Yeah,
it's my tool knife. Like because
same, exactly, it's my work knife when I do.
It's not a fidgety knife or anything, but because of the Vanex Super Clean and the design of that knife, which I really like, I'll use it anywhere and everywhere because I know I don't have to really do anything with it. Just run it against some water and clean it off. Is all I got to do.
It's my summer knife. It's what I carry in the summer.
It's another field duty looking knife.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
But
listen, Chris, we live in the land forever summer.
Do what?
We live in the land of forever summer.
Dude, for real. Hey, man, the past couple mornings, it's been like 65 degrees. That's hoodie weather for us. That's hoodie weather.
But, I've only ever tried Vanex on quiet carry knives. So I've never had it from somebody else. And they have their knives made overseas. I think it's Taiwan somewhere, but I can't remember. They're sending me a Waypoint, another one to check out. But, they grind their grinds are excellent. They're super thin. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, the blade stock alone is super thin, and then they grind it perfectly. But no, I haven't put this through the ringer or anything to test it. I do know that Jake Bearded Gear, he took when he got his Waypoint, he put that in any liquid he could ever find for like literally a year. I think he's been dunking that thing in he'll see a puddle, he'll go over and just put the knife in it for fun. He'll take it into the ocean. If he sees like Coca-Cola on the street, he'll dip it in there, and he'll never wash it or clean it and put it. And he took it apart after like 6 months of that, and they do the liner on it. It's a liner lock. The liner's made out of LC200N. So even that is rust proof. And he had like the slightest bit of like surface rust on the lock bar insert or something like that. Some random part. And I'm guessing it came right off, but that was it after like 6 months of never cleaning it, dunking it in everything. So their Vanex, Vanex is excellent. The problem is, if you put Vanex on your knife, you might as well add $100 to the cost for the customer, because that's how expensive it is. You might know. I don't know if you ever looked into ordering it.
That's what the manufacturer told me. It's like it's double the price of M390 too. So I asked him about that and M398 when they first came out with it. He's like, dude, we could get it, but
I don't get the M398. I had it on the Custom Knife Factory T15 I had, and that knife was $475, which is pretty inexpensive for a CKF, but the build of it alone, it was maybe a $350 knife, and they had to add $125 basically for the steel because they used M398, which to me didn't make a difference, So.
Yeah.
Damn, Kyle, Tennessee just scored.
I know. That's why I yelled "fuck" a while ago.
I figured. I was like, dude, they had to score on
them. Jeremy said, "Still have a 6-pack, Kev. It's in the fridge."
That's awesome.
There's Don. Lefty had a 6-pack. Why is that so unbelievable? I was. Here's how it's believable. I was 10. I was 10 when we moved back. Oh, jeez. All right, let me show another picture while we're. All right, where were we? We were here, I think. Yeah, we had looked at the Tomahawk.
This is the Les George basic. So it's kind of like an early version of like after the cuff, where I drop down the blade, so you have like a more pronounced blade to handle ratio.
Yeah.
you know. And this one I use a thumb wheel because
Do
I
you
hate
like
thumb-
those?
I don't. I think the thumb hole is probably the best because any of these, like with a protrusion of a steel, like the thumb studs or the thumb wheel, it can always interfere with you trying to cut things straight down, right?
Okay.
And that's the only. And thumb studs don't usually work well for me. I hate thumb studs.
I don't like them either.
Holes over studs.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the right group when you say that because we're all big hole guys around here. But yeah, studs for me, they have to be done like right now. I'm holding this drift, and
Mhm.
they did it perfect on the drift. It catches my finger right. It
Mhm.
like it flicks very well, and it's pretty far back. It's behind the plunge. It's like right on the plunge.
Right.
You know, and for me, I don't sharpen knives. Like if I need a knife sharpened, I send it to somebody. I don't like. I wholeheartedly admit I don't use my knives hard. Like this knife and this knife are the knives I've used the hardest, and it's like yard work, cutting weed whacker cord, and cutting open bags and shit like that. I'm not doing anything crazy. I still got something on this one. But I don't know. This has worked great. I will say that. But normally thumb studs piss me off. They hurt, or like that's what bothers me the most is they hurt my goddamn thumb.
Mhm.
And then trying to reverse flick it left-handed if it's a frame lock, and if I lock up the frame lock, then I'm like just literally shredding my finger. Where a hole just I don't know. You're right. It hides. I guess the only negative to a hole could be you could get material in it, and that could cause issues. I don't know.
Nah.
I'm just talking out my ass now, but
Yeah, I mean, really, because I'll be honest with you, I almost want a hole in any knife I buy from this point on. Like that's
yeah,
just
it's
my
hard
favorite
not
way
to.
do it.
It's
hard to
not
go
to
back
want
to something that has a thumb stud after a hole.
I like this, the Vero slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean slots are good too. I mean, don't get me
I mean,
wrong.
it's a hole. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm saying
Yeah.
like if you think about it, for what Liong was talking about, how it gets in the cutting path, whatever. This might be the best way if you think about it. You don't have a hole where something can go through.
Mhm.
You don't have anything protruding that could catch. It's kind of like but you have to bead blast this fucking thing.
And that also depends on the thickness of the blade.
True. Yep,
So
yep.
I
You have
think
to
that
make
blade
it
might be slightly thicker than the stock that I use, right?
See, look at you, Leon. You sound like a knife designer.
So the thickness of blades I use is like 0.145, and it looks pretty close. Hey, no, yeah,
Hold on, I'll do it in person. Yeah, no, it is actually pretty close. Yours tapers down a little more, obviously, but it is almost dead. What is it, 0.12?
0.14.
0.14, okay. Yeah, it's probably similar. But yeah, I didn't think of that consideration because you have to cut the slot on each side and obviously keep it stable enough that it's not just going to punch through or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever designed an OTF?
I have ideas for an OTF.
Ooh.
Are they in any of these pictures?
No, no. That's a cuff with a double grind on it.
Oh, wow.
How old is the cuff design?
Oh, it's 2004.
What? Okay,
so you've been putting out knives since tip down carry was a thing.
Oh, I've been putting down. Yeah, I mean, I have always put my clips for tip up carried up. I've hated tip down carry.
I was going to mention that in that other knife that you said when you said it was 2006. I was like, I'm surprised it's not tip down carry because a lot of knives back then were tip down.
I'm probably the only person that has never wanted a tip down carry blade.
No, you are not. It's me too, man. I hate tip down carry.
Yeah,
that's funny, man.
So all of my designs, everything is a tip up carry. And someone pointed that out. They're like, hey, how come all your knives are tip up carry? I'm like, that's the carry.
Yeah. When you said 2006, most knives that you see, or a lot of them that you see from back then, were tipped down. That's why I was like, oh, damn. He's probably one of the only ones that were going tip up carry.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Touchdown, Alabama. Sorry.
Yeah.
We can tell you're happy.
Let me put away the cuff. That was unless did you have something you wanted to say about that cuff? Okay. We have this guy has that weird
now this has the spiracle ball lock.
Yeah, I saw that on another knife recently they did.
And this is from a maker who's no longer with us. His name is Howard Veal. Okay. And has a thumb disc because he wanted to do a thumb disc, but you can see that there's plenty of room for a thumb holder. But we chose a thumb disc.
Well,
is that a hollow grind?
That's a hollow grind.
Looks like it. When did you start doing a hole for deployment?
Wow, long time.
Yeah,
long time. I never did the round hole.
Oh God, look at this thing.
So this is if you look at it, it's almost like a penis.
It looks like
it's a penis. Elma's penis. I'm just kidding.
But it's like it's a ring dagger, and Todd Begg made it.
That looks like Todd Begg. Yep, I can see that design, that influence there.
Look at that mask right there. It looks like the mask that Colt's
Three
gonna
Ninjas.
be getting.
It's the Japanese.
Oh, it does, dude.
The Japanese devil mask.
Yeah, we're having one made right now for Chris's kid for Halloween.
Yeah,
oh, really?
Yeah. It's a long story, but I bought the mask. All right, so his son's name is Colt, right? Yeah. And one of the characters from movies I used to watch when I was a kid is called Three Ninjas, and the one character's name is Colt. And they each have a mask, a Japanese like ninja mask, and that's their character, right? When they go into ninja mode or whatever. And so I went online and I ordered him a mask to match, right? It was the mask for that kid. And it turned out I've ordered it on Etsy thinking it was a freaking mask handmade by somebody, right? Well, I should have known it was like $13. It was actually a 3D file to print the mask. So I found that out the other day because I totally forgot about it. I just thought it shipped to Chris. Like I swear I put his shipping address in, and he's like, I don't know if he brought it up or I remembered. I looked and I was like, oh my God, it's a file, not a mask. So our buddy Justin, OCD for EDC, he's the one who he reviewed the your lefty knives that I sent him. Yeah. He's a lefty, so he reviewed those. But he has a 3D printer, so he's making the mask for us to send to his kid. Yeah. And he sent me an update earlier, and he said the printer it skipped a step or something. So I don't know, it's a whole thing. But he's gonna try to take two pieces and turn it into one mask. We'll see if it works. So hopefully his kid will have a mask for Halloween. We're hoping.
Nice.
Speaking of Colt, those fidget spinners that you sent Kevin a few months ago.
Yeah.
He sent one to all of us.
Yeah.
And I think we gave them to our kids, and I gave one to my son, and he freaking loves that thing.
So does my son. My son plays with that thing constantly.
My kid keeps it in his pocket. I thought he brought it with him to school the other day, and I was like, "Dude, stop! You're gonna get in trouble."
Dude,
or whatever.
Mine brought it. He actually did get in trouble. He got it taken away at school, and then I had to go up there to get it back.
That's what I'm saying, dude. My kid absolutely loves that
Leon,
thing.
They probably Googled it. They're like, Liang Ma. They're like, oh my God, there's knives. No, thank you for that, Leon. You sent me 12 of those. I was like, I gave away a bunch on my. It was a long time ago, but I gave them away. Yeah,
I did the same thing. I got one on my desk. Actually, I play with it at my desk.
Yeah, the one he sent me, I just handed it to Colt, and he took that thing over. He loves it.
I should have kept one because I actually tried a fidget spinner recently, and it sucked. It didn't go well. It was like a multi thingy. It did a bunch of things, and it wasn't for me. The one that you sent me was just a simple spinner, but it was really well made. Who made that? Did you have it made by Riot?
Yes.
What? Well, dude, I'm just saying because I sat there and I did it, and that thing spun forever. And my kid keeps trying to do that, where you can get it to go for a long period of time.
It's an excellent spinner for like, the spinners I've handled. That was the best one.
I mean, that was the 5-minute spinner craze. And,
Right.
So it came out just in time, and then it fizzled away in like a month.
Right.
Know? So I still have some of those. I will tell you.
Sold some,
I sold several hundred of them, but I probably still have like 100 of them.
Really?
So,
damn.
Yeah, I'll give them to you. I'll give you a few.
Yeah, send me
a couple. Dude.
Send me a couple when you send my field duty back, and I want to keep one this time. Yeah. I need some because I started going back into the office a few days a week. I haven't been the last month, but when you sent those to me, I think I was still working at home full time, and now they wanted us to come in twice a week or whatever because COVID's whatever. I actually kind of like working at home, but anyway,
everybody likes working from home.
Yeah, well, it depends. Some people don't. Kyle doesn't, I don't think. But
too many damn
at work, I can't do this.
Right.
Because the lady next door, next cubicle, she goes, "Hey, Kev, can you stop fucking clicking whatever that is?" And I'm like, no, this is what I do all day at my home desk, right? So having something more friendly like that, I think would be good. And I should have kept one, but I didn't. So anyway.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That thing was cool though. I get asked by the guys at work all the time, okay, what $400 knife are you carrying now?
Yeah.
They ask me that shit all the time.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
female
right?
Somebody said, imagine a female Kyle.
That'd be one sexy bitch, okay?
Everybody wants a fidget spinner now. Look, send me one. Shit, send me one.
You knew that was gonna happen. You knew that was gonna happen.
Once they hear free shit, they're like, "Give me one."
Kevin will probably give one in a giveaway soon. Oh, I intercepted. Sorry.
I got totally mixed up on what you were saying. You said giveaway and then intercepted really fast.
I wish I had a good football team to watch. That'd be nice.
Pittsburgh College is doing pretty good. They beat Clemson today.
It's the other side of the fucking state, dude. It's 5 hours away. I might as well be rooting for Alabama. Well, have you tried this knife, Kyle?
I don't think I've tried that particular model. No.
Would you be interested? Because I'm probably not going to keep it. It's like a 4-inch knife, but it's thin. I don't know if you don't like the thin stuff. But
okay, so that is my thing. So if it doesn't have much thickness, that handle width this way, that way it looks like it's pretty thick, but the handle width the other way it looks like it's going to be too thin for my big hands. Like that looks okay, but turn it to the side. Yeah, that looks like it'd be too thin. It'd be like me.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about it.
Probably
I figured I'd ask because you like big knives and you cannot lie. So if anybody's interested in this Tucson, I think I got it for $100. I'll sell it to you for $100. Carbon fiber, titanium. I mean, it is ridiculous what they can sell for that price. Carbon fiber, titanium. It is 14C 28N. You probably can't see it, but I like that deal. I don't have a problem with that. I think we're too much of steel nerds lately, but that's an incredible build for $100. I mean, what do you think, Leon? Is that?
I think it's really incredible. Seriously, they're not making a lot of money on that.
Have you handled Tucsons?
Not yet.
So you don't know that. Like, I guess you haven't felt the build quality. I think you might be impressed. Like, it's funny because I always compare everything to Riot, right? That's just what I do. And like we and Best Tech and whatever, they're like, they're a step below Riot, a couple maybe actually. Best Tech's definitely a couple steps down, but they use multiple factories, whatever. We is a step down from Riot for sure. QSP is actually doing really well, but they're down there. But I would put Tucson right with those guys under Riot, and the price for what you get compared to Wii or Best Tech or whatever is incredible.
Mhm.
I mean, if you got a titanium and carbon fiber handled knife with, it's 14C28N, but I don't think we could sell this for $100. Like, I'm pretty sure they would be charging $200 for this knife, or 150 or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know, but
Yeah,
nobody else is
I
doing
think,
it either.
I think it's also like brand recognition has something to do with it, right? And like I haven't
Marketing.
handled one of their knives before, but if I did and I liked it and it was comfortable, then I have no problem buying it. I might even think like it's a great deal,
Right.
And like
I
I've used,
can send it to you if you want.
yeah,
Check it
I've
out.
used all kinds of steels, and for me, it's like, okay, what is going to be something that's easy to maintain and also not going to break somebody's bank,
Right.
when they're buying the knife, right?
Right.
And if 14CN, is it 14CN 27?
14C28N.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's I think a Swedish standard.
Yeah.
steel.
The other one is 12C27. There's two
Yeah.
of them. Yeah.
But I don't really have a lot of experience with those steels, but
They're good
No.
stainless steels, but they're on
Yeah.
the budget end, is how people see it, and nobody else really does that, right? They take the premium handle and everything, and then they put a cheaper steel onto it so they can give it to you at a better cost, which is an interesting thought.
yeah.
Considering how
offer-
much people use, they do have it in M390 as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to show Leon a knife that I just got in from a company that is totally funky, and I want you to see.
Midgards.
All right, so look at this thing.
What is that thing?
Look at this.
Oh, that's from a French designer.
It's a German company. They did license the lock from a French designer. Yes, you're correct.
Yes. Matter of fact, I just figured that out. I didn't realize that. I thought Midgards kind of came up with this, but they didn't. But yeah, they sent me this. It's called the Valhalla. Obviously, it's ridiculously huge and just.
Wait,
massive.
hold up the cup. Hold up the cup. next to it.
Okay, yeah. So here we go. Size difference. Here we go.
Holy shit!
Cup was huge.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
All right, Rambo.
I mean,
That's
no
that's
shit.
the
No,
big
look.
brother.
It's like a
This-
7-inch
this-
knife.
This is the Cold Steel 4 Max.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
anyway,
you got a new
it's-
big boy in town.
Yeah, this
Holy
thing
cow.
is massive. So funky. Like you don't see things like this, and so I was very excited about it. But I wanted to get Leon's thing. I was like, because as a knife designer,
So
what
do you
the heck?
have to open it with both hands?
You do. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You do. Yes.
So you can't hit the top of that lock and the blade will swing out by itself.
No,
You
you
can't
still
flick
can't because whenever you open it, see how it goes down, but then when it comes, you have to actually bring it back up to get it in the
okay.
handle. So
it
yeah,
has
so
to
that's
whip
why.
down and then up. Right.
Yeah. So I mean, if I went like this, hold on, let's try it. Oh my
No,
god.
no. Watch your fingers, dude.
Don't put it in. Don't put it in your wall.
Okay,
Dude,
now it's not gonna work.
Jesus, it looked like you were gonna chop your finger off, man.
Oh my god!
That would have made for a great video, but
No, that
luckily
would have
it
been
didn't happen.
terrible. Holy shit, he was like waving it with his hands in his hat.
I live on the wild side, man.
Jesus.
I didn't see it. I was. my
So
wife
do you
was out
carry
here.
that in a sheath?
Actually, yes, because there's no pocket clip. So they do 3D printing at this company, and so they also sent me this, and so it's a sheath that has the belt loop on it. God damn, I hate this camera. So yeah, that's how you carry it. I mean, it's obnoxious. It's huge, obnoxious, but I mean, I kind of like that stuff, right? I mean, it's something that's not practical at all, But when you pull this thing out at work, which I did, and I'm like, hey, you need something cut? Oh, sure. Let me fucking cut it open for you. I mean, it's fun. It's just fun. So
You actually carry that
yeah, I carried it yesterday
on your
at
belt?
work, on my belt.
In the orange sheath.
I
So
need to check that out. When
So
you're done
everyone
with
knows
that,
that he
send
has
it
it.
to me, dude.
Oh,
When
I'm
you're
totally
done.
going to send it to you, Kevin. I'm going to tell you. Now, this is a prototype. And Kevin, I found out today from Blade Banter. See, these things come in CPM D2, which I know you don't like, but this one, the prototypes apparently are in 3V.
Nobody likes D2, but okay. Yeah. No, 3V is cool. That's a prototype? Okay.
Yeah, it's a prototype.
Liong, I'm going to send you this so you can check out a Tucson. All right?
Okay.
Just cause. Then you can say you've checked
Can
out
you
a
can
Tucson.
you front flip with that little thing that sticks up?
Oh yeah, it's gypped. It's set up for it. It's actually that's the best way to deploy the knife is the front flipper, and then the hole. I just don't like the hole. I've got my finger caught in it a couple times, but it does work. You can flick it. It's better for a thumb, you know, and it's big. You know, it's 4 inches, I think, ish.
That might be big for you.
But yeah, I figure that way you could check out, see their build quality. I don't know why, just to do it. The way they did it is cool. They didn't do a backspacer. They did like I called it a dual egg roll, and then I made a joke.
That's a lot of work. I can't believe they did all that, and then put that blade in there just to price it at $100.
Instead of Integra, I called it a dual egg roll, and then I said. Then I said dual egg roll.
So that is the same on this too.
Well,
yeah, look at that.
Integral. That's an actual integral. This is
No. This is not. This is 2 pieces.
Oh, I thought that was the L1. I'm sorry. What's that?
This is the T1.
The T1. Wow, look at that. Wow, that seam looks a lot better though.
So that's
it's almost seamless on that though.
So that's what I pointed out in my unboxing is it's a noticeable gap there. And you can see kind of where it's not even.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, $100, like it's incredible. I mean, I find it strange, and they actually do really good detents. That's one reason I do like Tucson. But anyway, I think it'd be cool for you to just check it out. So I'll send it to you. When is the T1 coming out?
Hopefully early next year. Hopefully. Things have just been so slow at the factory.
Yeah,
So,
they're backed up, man. Riyadh
and then, you got these video reviewers putting in knife designs now, so things are even
Hey, they're getting inspired, man. They're getting inspired.
Yeah,
dude, I would love to use Riyadh if I could.
You know, there's always possibilities. It's just really a conversation and time. But I think like with the people who support you, I think they're willing to wait for you. You know,
that's true.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think that's really really just show the support for you. You know.
Yeah. Mr. LTE says, "Hey, Mr. Ma, good to see you again."
Hello.
Okay, let's see. Where were we at? We were at this picture.
So this is Chris Blade Hawkbill that was built by Alan Leishowitz.
Okay.
And I always wanted to do a Chris, and he did it his way. I mean, not this particular knife, but 2 of these knives made it to Russia.
Oh, wow.
Really?
And then it is in a museum in Russia because some guy got it, and then they embellished it with a bunch of gold and carving. That's like an eagle carving on it, and then they put it into a museum, a knife museum in Russia.
Now, why? Why did that happen?
Just because it was so original, and then the guy who did the engraving was also really well known. Okay. You know, I didn't know him at all, but then he sent me messages on Instagram like, hey, I just want to let you know that these knives are in the museum here. You know, I know you're the designer. So
That's
Oh,
badass.
that's cool.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
badass.
yeah,
Like, what is the handle material that we're looking at on that?
that's mother of pearl, and the bolsters are titanium.
Okay.
Yeah, I love mother of pearl.
Yeah, that's a cool looking.
I've never had anything.
Cool looking
Pearl.
handle scale. Where
Me
was
neither.
that? Right here. You never had what?
Anything
I've
in
never
mother
had
of
anything
pearl.
mother of pearl.
I've had a Protect Malibu in titanium with the button. That was mother of pearl.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah.
And this is from 2006. It's from Sal Monero. It's called a Fade Out. And it's another design that uses the blade coming in the lower guard area to protect your hand.
Yep.
And has a thumb disc
Right.
and almost like a tiger shark blade from the SOG tiger shark, but want to do a tanto grind on it.
So did you really like thumb discs back then?
I did
Okay.
at one point. There's a couple of designs with thumb disc.
They were also popular. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this is from John W. Smith. Yeah, this was the first version of the Endeavor.
Is that G10?
That's G10.
Okay.
And
And
what
how
he
old
did-
is this?
2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Hinder ripped off your design. That looks like the fire tech. It looks like
Oh,
the
it
fire
does.
tech, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Looks very similar.
Yeah, I'm not saying I mean, I was just joking, but it looks
No, but
similar
that is
to
funny,
the
that's
Hinder
funny.
fire tag.
It does look just like it. Oh, that was the one we just looked at. Okay. What else we got? Ooh.
So this is a folder. It's a flipper, but
That's tipped down, man.
yeah, that's because the maker did it that way. He didn't listen to my input on that one.
Okay.
So the maker is Tom Ferry, and he came up with this flipper mechanism where it's like it folds down into the lower guard, right? And
Okay.
it folds down to the bottom part. And after doing that design, so this actually looks like an out the front, but it's a
Yeah,
flipper.
that's what I was
I
gonna
seriously
say.
thought it was at first.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
And so because that flipper guard folds down into the lower guard and it's invisible, I was like, oh, I need to do something else with that. And I came up with the 15 folder.
Make
of
it
that.
bigger.
yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
So the 15,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Ah,
has the flipper that folds down into the lower guard. And,
Right.
you know, so when you
it's
close
not
it,
as thick as that. That other one looked kind of thick. This is a little slimmer.
yeah, so the flipper is just on top. When you flip it, you know, it's really clean looking, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and it's
So
a great place for your
anybody-
finger.
Anybody who wants to say that that flipper design didn't exist before Vero, now you know.
Right. Now
Okay.
you know. Yeah, see, I like that because it looked like where you could choke up on that blade
Yes.
because the way it's designed. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. That was the out the front. Just kidding. But you could design one just like that.
Yeah, I have some ideas for out the fronts, and hopefully they'll come about in another year or so.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
That would be cool. I just hid that for some reason. Why did I do that? Okay, here we go. What is that?
I don't see anything.
Yeah, you don't have it up on the screen.
What? What'd you guys do? I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's the Tempest. That's from Jeremy Marsh. Yeah, it's sculpted
Like a-
titanium Persian.
Like a Persian style, but yeah.
Yeah. One of my very popular models at the time. And then there was also a Riyadh Tempest.
Okay.
Yeah.
What to say?
Name sounded familiar to me. Yeah.
It did sound, yeah.
I think Sharp Eye Design has a Tempest, and that's why I'm thinking that. But.
Yeah, Sharp Eye Design does have
Yeah.
a Tempest too. And that is the David Mosier GSD, Get Shit Done.
Now that looks like a Liang Ma
Yeah.
modern knife that I've seen, with the bolster and
Yeah.
Get Shit Done. I actually did a review on, but it had a hole in it, right?
Yes, that was from Riyadh. Riyadh made that knife.
Okay. So this is an
And
earlier version.
yeah, and there will be a version 2. This was the original custom version. And then I did a version, and then Riyadh built it in 2016. That version that you review was from 2016.
And now you're doing a V2?
Yeah, that's coming out in 22.
Sweet.
Ooh. I liked it. It was a cool design, so that's going to be neat.
And that's the El Tanto before, but souped up with Dama steel blade, bolsters, and Mastodon ivory handles.
Oh wow.
What is that thing behind it?
That is my Xeno pry bar. That's
That looks
I've seen
really
those on your
cool.
site. Yeah.
yeah. I can send
I've
you guys
never seen that.
one too. So it was. So I originally had like this ridiculously thick piece of titanium. That was like almost 300,000 thick. That was like thicker than a quarter inch, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to do a pry bar,
Thicker than a
and
sneaker.
I had it water jet cut it out, right? And it was like a block. And I was at my friend Alan Folt's house, and I was like, "Hey, can I use your equipment to like shape these?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure." So when it came time to like do the titanium, I was like, I don't want to just leave it flat and square. I want to round it off because this is a huge block of titanium. So he showed me how to do it, and I did all those by hand. And
wow.
that's when I tell you I shaped some titanium. That's basically what I did. The fiber. Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks like a shark.
It's almost like the if you watch the movie Alien, it's the alien. So I called it Xeno.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I don't get it. But
And the ring, you could actually put your index finger in there and use the pry bar for self defense, or like jab people in the face with it.
Karambit style. Gotcha.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What
Somebody's
are those-
talking shit. Just jab them with that. There you
What are
go.
those little beads? Those are
Oh,
yours
those
too,
things. So that little logo thing
Yeah.
with my logo on it was the center of that finger hole. So
Ah.
I knew I
Oh.
was going to get like a bunch of drops, and I was talking to the water jet guy. I was like, "Hey, can I put my logo in these drops?" They're like, "Yeah, sure."
You're-
Okay, put my logo in there.
Hey
You
man,
know.
resourceful right there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's making use out of all the
And what about this?
And then that 9 thing was like the drop of the little
Right
hex
here?
cutout, yeah.
That's
Shape into
awesome.
that. But there's a lot of work to shape that thing and round off everything, so I didn't even bother doing any more with it.
It's so cool though.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll check one of those out if you have one laying around.
sure.
hell yeah.
What else we got? I think I saved that one twice, obviously. I liked it that much. I saved it twice. Oh, there's another one. Ah, look at that.
That's the thinner version, and that version actually I made those too, but then that version CRKT made a whole bunch of those.
Oh, okay.
The pry bar?
Yeah, and sold it for like I think $8 or something a couple of years ago.
So it was made out of steel.
Yeah, it was made out of steel, but this one's titanium. Yeah.
What is it called? The
Xeno, but they called it Viva, VIVA,
Okay.
because
So
Xeno was already trademarked for a lot of things.
Gotcha. So you've had a little pry bar multi-tool out there for a while.
Probably like 6 years or something.
That's crazy because now it's like the new fad, right?
Yeah, and the thing
Yeah.
is, because of the ring, you could hook it onto your belt loop and it'll be there all day. I didn't have to
Right.
add on a separate
Oh,
screw it on a
that's-
pocket clip.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
cool. Yeah.
That's actually awesome. Have you thought
Yeah.
about coming out with them again? Because right now those things are really popular.
Yeah. Yeah,
So it might be, something to do.
we might
But
do that.
sorry, what were you gonna say? You might
I
do
would
that?
say this might be something like we could do, and because today we already got like all the setups done and all the CAD done on it. It might, we could do that and do it, quite affordably. And yeah, I mean, I wanted to add more function to it than just the
Yeah.
hex and then the pry bar and then the bottle opener.
You can do it to where it holds bits in there. That's like the craze right now.
Yeah, everyone's like doing the extra bits, which is
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like
the craze right now. If you can do it to where it holds
carry this.
bits, yeah.
So
It's
okay,
a
if you
bit
take
driver,
if you do that, if you go back to the picture of the pry bar again.
yeah.
Okay, so I have a other function. So with my folders, right? You see the hex bit on the right after the ring.
Yeah.
So that holds a 1/4-inch bit, right? And what I do is I lay that down on like a silicone mat so it doesn't move around. And I put like a T8 bit on it. Okay, and the T8 bit is held in by that hex. And so when I'm taking apart a folder, I put the lock side, I put the non-locking side pivot onto that hex, and then with a driver on my right hand, I turn the pivot, and this way, that the non-locking side doesn't move, doesn't rotate.
Right.
Okay,
Because
I see
you
what
have
you're
it
saying.
on a
I see what you're
silicone
saying.
mat. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it has plenty of functionality. Right? I like the idea that you could put it on your belt.
That's the
without having-
main thing that's getting me right now is that you can put it on
Yeah.
your belt and carry it. I don't
And
have
I
to
have
use
to-
my pocket.
Yeah.
Because right now, I literally use every one of my pockets. I have a folder in my front left, a folder in my back left. I have a flashlight in my front right, and I have a pry bar in my back right. I use every pocket. It'd be cool to just hang one off my belt.
You gotta start wearing cargo shorts, man. Cargo pants.
That's me, bro. Every day.
I don't like cargo pants, man. I'm one of those guys who's like minimalist too. Like my phone doesn't even have, or I don't carry a wallet. I have a phone wallet.
Oh
Like
man.
I try not to carry a lot of stuff, but like as I review stuff and I want to have a flashlight and I want to have the pry bar / bit driver, and then I have 2 knives on me. It's like,
I totally get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I rock the cargo shorts. I wear a man purse, all that shit.
that's the Warrior, right?
This is the Warrior 2 version 1, but this blade was ground by a guy in China named Jay Bin. And he has become very well known for that Bob Lum grind. And one of my friends, Hank Greenberg, he was like, dude, if Bob had a knife making son, it would be this guy.
Wow.
He grinds Bob's grinds better than Bob did himself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. So this is a custom or no?
No, the blade is ground by him, but the handle is made by Riot. So it's like it's what would be considered a real mid-tech from the
Kind of
original
looks like
definition.
the Riot K2 kind of looked like this.
Well, this came out before the K2, and then I was like, dude, you're doing a similar thing? And like, yeah. Like, okay, fine, whatever. I can't be mad.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, okay. That's the same one.
Yeah.
I liked it so much. I put it twice. That's the same one. Oh, no, that's the
flame version.
Yeah, that's a cool flame. I'm not into that crazy Anno, but that actually looks really cool.
It gives us some scratch resistance,
Are you serious?
No, I'm serious. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a joke. Sorry. Wait, how does that help with scratches?
Just because when you're flaming titanium, you harden the surface a little bit.
Okay, so it's not anodized; it's flame.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
When you actually use and that's used with a special tip on a propane torch. So it's a much smaller tip, and the flame comes out almost like a needle. And as soon as you cross the titanium, those marks will appear. So you're like heating the surface of the titanium.
That is really cool, actually.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta switch earbuds real quick.
Okay.
Him and his Apple buds. Samsung.
he loves Apple everything. I mean, he has
he has the MacBook
Pro and stuff.
Yeah, that joke he made earlier about the Android. He always says, "If you have an Android, you're poor." And me and Chris both have Androids.
Yeah,
me too. I'm an Android person.
Yeah, dude.
He's the weirdo.
That email I sent to Andor was hilarious because they were like, "Hey, we really liked working with you in the past. We're wanting you to review some more of our products. Okay, cool. Well, we got the new case for the iPhone 13 Pro or whatever the hell it is. And I was like, yeah, I'm too poor. I got Android. I'll have to check out some other stuff.
Oh, man.
They started to make some Android product cases now, just not the one for my phone.
They sent me the Turner wallet, and I got the Chase, which is what I put my laptop in. Case for that. Yeah. I got to do a video for it.
Yeah, they sent me the case. Thank you guys for telling me to hit them up, because they sent me a case for the phone with, and then it has a magnetic wallet. It's not actually a phone case with the wallet. It's a separate mag piece that goes on. That, I don't know. I don't like that much, but we'll see how it goes.
See, what they gave you was what they hit me up for, because they were like, oh, we got the new case for the new iPhone. Do you want to check it out? And I was like, no, I'm poor, and I got Galaxy, so.
That's all it is. They're a good company, though.
They are a really good company. I still got to do the video on that. The main reason why I haven't is because I've been carrying the wallet every single day since I got it.
Yeah, that was my concern. I was like, wait, I'm going to put it on my phone, so how do I film anything about it?
Yeah, I haven't done the video because I've been using the product every day.
You need another phone to film that phone.
I was like, I'll use my wife's phone to film the review.
I've done that before. Use my wife's phone to do a video because I was showing my phone in the video. So yeah, that was weird.
Been wearing cargo pants for almost 13 years now. Required for my job. It's NASA. Frank says, "Cheers, cheers, brother. Cheers."
I've been rocking cargo shorts for years.
Yeah, especially in Florida, since it's usually pretty warm.
Always, not even usually. It's always warm.
It's only like right now, since it's like almost November. Like, after the sun goes down, it's slightly cool.
Well, for us, like winter, it starts in like February for us.
Yeah,
like where we actually get cold weather for like a month. And then it goes right back to being hot as hell.
Yep. Cold. That's when I tell everyone to come down and visit me, because they can actually walk around outside.
Yeah, without it being, you immediately start sweating when you walk outside. Not only is it hot, it's the humidity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no, I used to live there. I loved it. I'm just kidding.
And don't come down to Disney during summer. Come down to Disney now.
Yeah.
Right.
Be like bacon outside.
No joke.
You wait like 4 hours for a ride, and you'll be like totally like hating the ride.
When we went to Universal and stuff, and we haven't been back to Disney because everybody's wearing masks and shit. My wife's like, I'm not going to Disney wearing a fucking mask when it's 900 degrees outside. I'm just not doing that shit.
Can't blame her.
No, and I was like, I ain't doing it neither. So.
Yeah. I don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back to these pictures, man. That's my go-to right now. Reload everything.
Volume keeps going up and down on your earbuds. Yeah.
Damn Apple products.
This is your Apple product.
Uh-huh. Oh, you're ganged up on now tonight, man. You're the only Apple user in here.
What? Leong's the Android guy?
Yeah.
I can't buy any more of your knives, man.
All right, I'll just send you money for this one back, okay?
I keep forgetting he has a hostage right now. He keeps using it against me too. Damn it!
So is this a fixed blade? Yeah, it's a fixed blade.
That is a Strider eraser fixed blade.
Oh,
that's cool.
When was this made?
Like 2008 or 9.
That's so crazy. Man. That's so cool. That is awesome. Strider made that. That's awesome. What else we got? This guy.
That is from Edison.
Yeah.
there's a design that we worked on together. It's called a crypto, where the flipper folds down into the lower guard too, and it doesn't protrude. And that one is made with like Damaco, no, not Damaco. It's a Chad Nichols Samite Damascus with copper niobium and Westinghouse. That old micarta that they did that everyone's looking for nowadays.
Oh yeah,
old ass micarta, right?
Yeah, that old ass micarta that everyone looks for.
Yeah. That looks awesome. Ooh,
and that's the dressed up version of that Tom Ferry knife. With, I don't know if you guys know this, but Tom Ferry was one of the original 3 people who came up with Timascus.
Really?
His name is on the patent for Timascus. This was back in like 2004 or 5.
Wait, but his name Ty, Mass, or Kiss?
But yeah, I mean,
that was funny.
Nowadays, I mean, everyone can make Timascus now, but yeah, they were one of the people who came up with it. And to fold titanium, they came up with the process for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that was when?
It's probably close to 20 years by now, if not 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, but they were the ones who kind of experimented, got different grades of titaniums to kind of stick together. Right. And that's how you got the different colors when you heat it up or when you anodize. It's the different grades of titanium, basically colorizing at different temperatures and different anodizing rates.
Right. I love how it looks on my Roosevelt. That it just has it on the clip. It's so nice having it a little bit.
Yeah.
Kev's backup AirPods suck. Hey man, they were my original pair, right? I gotta do something.
You just gotta do the old school method of plugging in one of these headphone things into your computer. And
I do have one, but it's in the other room. My wife's asleep. I'm just gonna hope these charge enough in the next few minutes, so we'll be good. I like Wii more than Tucson, Matthew says. Yeah. My problem with Wii is they're like any of the Italian companies. They're so all over the place with their detents that I can't trust them. I'll get the same knife from Wii, the same exact model. One will have a good detent and one will be shit. They'll make it too strong, they'll make it too light, and then they'll make it perfect. They don't have that attention to detail on the detent that Riot does. Even Best Tech, they at least always do the same thing. It's just always a light detent. But, so they're consistent at least. I know I'm going to get a light detent from Best Tech. But I don't know. Yeah, Riot and I feel like QSP nails the detent. They're one of the few that nails it. Tucson does pretty good with detent. Kunwu does well with detent. Kunwu.
Who's that?
Kunwu 9. You don't know about Kunwu? I don't have my towel here. I gave it somebody to sharpen. They only have 3 knives right now.
By the way, we're seeing a mirror main image.
Yeah, I know. I'll remove it. Do you have it, Kyle? Do you have the?
Yeah, it's around here.
So the Kickstarter for this knife was $134. Leon, look at this thing. Okay. Titanium scales, M390 steel, Timascus pivot collar, and lanyard pin.
Get out.
Yeah. $134 we paid for these.
Okay.
And the action is freaking incredible. The detents are perfect. I mean, dude, 134. Now, the ones they're selling now are, after the pre-order, I think they're going to retail for $200, but still, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's Kunwu. They have like 3 knives out right now, but they're coming out with a version of that knife with an Axis style lock on it, titanium with an Axis. It's gonna be pretty cool. I think
Nice.
they're gonna send me a prototype to look at, so I'm excited for that.
Wow.
Let me see. All right, back to the maze. I'm just kidding. Let me. Where were we? This guy. What's this guy? Look at that.
It's
Damn.
sculpted sculpted knife from Jeremy Kremis. He's a maker in Pennsylvania.
Ah, nice.
And that was the Tempest design, but he took some artistic flair to it in somewhere where the blade looks like a recurve. Originally, it was just an upswept for me.
It almost looks like the edge ends.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It goes into a recurve. Is that what
it
happens?
goes into like a recurve type thing. And then the handle, he sculpted that just like sandpaper and Dremel, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that looks really cool. I don't know how the hell he did that.
It looks like a 50s car, like with the...
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, how many hours did it take you to do this like rounded parts over here?
Right. Yeah. It looks really cool.
Right. I love the harpoon right here. This little thing.
But it's not really like harpoons would stand up a little bit, like more pronounced.
Yeah. But it has that point. It looks
cool. This is kind of like it looks like it could be a harpoon, but it doesn't stand up like protrusion wise, you know?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I think
we're getting to the karambit. Look at this thing. Wow. He sent me like 5 pictures of this, so he really likes this thing.
So this version was made by Brad Suddard.
Oh.
This was made by Brad Suddard, and
it looks like a dolphin.
Rick Hinderer has also made one of these.
Oh.
And Rick's version sell for like ridiculous money right now, and whoever has one of these can also sell it for pretty good money. Like the pocket clip was pretty new for this because where it would be, this is also where I got the idea for the Xeno pocket clip because I did it on this knife. And you could use this knife both closed and open, where if your index finger is in that hole and the rest of your knife is gripped, you don't have to deploy the blade. You can use the point on the front just as a pressure device.
Yeah, look at
that.
And then the top of that can be also a front flipper. You don't have to use the thumb stud.
Right.
But the thumb studs actually does help you wave out from the pocket because you're in reverse.
So
that's where you got the design element for the pry bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the lock side. It does look like a dolphin or some kind of a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Orange.
There are pictures of it deployed. It's a karambit.
Yeah. And I'll get to it. Is this it? Nope, that's the side. Hold on, let me close these. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that it has, you can use the thumb stud for, if it's a karambit, obviously is a defensive blade. You have that to deploy the knife directly out of your pants. That's good, but you also have the fidgetability and almost, of being able to do the front flipper thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Yeah, I don't even know. I only have one karambit.
Oh God, that thing. The provoke. Yeah. All right, those were all the pictures. This is the last one. Look at that. Cool. Okay. All right, let me close it.
I just sent you just a bunch of random stuff.
Oh, that's great. Go ahead, Kyle. You want to show your provoke?
Well, I mean, this is the only one that I have, and the only reason that I bought this is because of the way that it's designed. With I guess it's John. Wait, what's his name? Caswell.
Yeah, Joe Caswell.
Yeah. And I mean, just because it was just very cool to open with the one thing. So, anyways, that's the only one that I have, and it's stuck around. This actually goes in my vest, my bulletproof vest that I don't have with all my firearms that I lost in a boating accident.
Yes. They're all gone.
What?
Because no, I say that Leon because of
the government's listening. They're listening.
you know,
Yeah. Got it.
fucking YouTube and Google, you bastards.
Josh said he's still waiting for his cow to ship 3 or 4 weeks after order. Might be Australian shipping delay things. But Kunwu doesn't answer emails or DM. Dude, hit me up on Instagram. I'll message him for you. I don't know. Yeah, they are a little bit spotty with responses. I'll give you that. But he'll respond to me if I tell him, take care of your shit. So message me, Josh.
And for anybody who needs to message me, please do not just DM me because and then if I respond and I forget to respond later on, because the terrible thing about DMs is they keep getting pushed down, so you never go back to like the same one again, and then by the time I look back at the old DMs, it's sometimes late. You know.
You want me to put your email in the
just send me an email. Yeah. That'll be even better. Just send me an email. This way I can keep track. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier.
It's just Liang Ma at gmail.com, right? Or is it Liang Ma Design?
No, it's like Liang Ma 99 at
Liang Ma 99.
What?
So,
okay. Gotcha. Liang Ma 99. Why did you go with 69? Come on, Leon.
Hey, we're supposed to be doing business, okay? We cannot be like, you know.
That's right. I got you. Brandon says, wow, you were in a boating accident to where you lost all your firearms? Damn. I thought I was the only one. Kevin is more important than you, Josh. Let him email them. Hey, man, I just know I talk to them a lot, so he'll fucking answer me. I will also make sure people answer me. Leon knows that. I'll just keep messaging. He said his DMs keep going down. I'll just keep messaging him. But, hey, Leon, how about what I said up there?
He's always messaged me back pretty quiky.
Okay, if this one doesn't show up, you can just keep messaging me, okay?
He's got a hostage, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, you know.
How would you feel, Leon, if I took this and just kind of took a hammer to it and started smashing it? That wouldn't bother you at all?
It would bother me, but, you know, I didn't buy that knife, so yes.
Would it bother you as much as if I cut off the front flipper?
Well, there's no front flipper now on that one anymore. Just cut off a piece of my chow.
So was there a reason you didn't do it on the EDC versions? Yeah,
because like people just didn't like it on the version 2, so I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it off.
I've heard a lot of people who do like it, and then I've heard people who don't. I haven't, you know.
Yeah, but I was
just
just
thought
like,
it would be better to just take it off.
Just leave it off, and then I probably could have added a front flipper to the field duty quite easily, and also the cuff, right? But you know, I was just like, you know what? There are people who like don't like it, so let me just leave it off completely. And then I changed my mind again on the 3.5. I added a front flipper on that one.
Yeah, people love
that. People are gonna like that.
I think it would be really good on the cuff too. It has a good feel to the if you they just got to get the detent right. That's the thing, because on a front flipper it has to be a little bit lighter.
Yep.
You know, but you don't want it for the hole. You don't want it to be light. So I'm sure they'll figure it, or you'll figure it out. Whatever.
We'll be like, I'm gonna have to open all of them and play with all of them.
Well, just make sure you open mine and check mine.
I'll check the detent for the detent diva.
I'll take the detent out of yours and just like, you know, then the blade will just swing out and swing back close, swing out, swing back close.
You're a bastard, Leon. You know that. Mr. LTE says, should I buy a Warrior V2 or V3?
Depending on where you go, there might be some dealers who still have the V2, and the only difference between the V2 and the V3 is the pivot. So the pivot on the V2 is this pivot where it's like, where it's you know, it's round on both sides. It's round on both sides, right? And the pivot on the V3 on the front side is the shield shape, so it doesn't move, and the back is the only place where you can loosen the pivot.
Yeah, captain pivot on that.
That's interesting.
Yes,
captain. So, is there a reason why? So, like on the field, so the lefty. Hold on, I gotta figure this out. The lefty field duty EDCs have the tooling like this, right? Don't the righty ones have the shield on it?
No. They're all the same. So these were prototype samples, and David just sent, like, he was like, "Hey, do you want to use the old pivot?" I'm like, "No, let's do something else on it." He's like, "Okay, then we'll just put the I just wanted something smooth and round on the EDC series."
Okay, I thought it was righty lefty type thing.
Yeah, gotcha. But then on the other knives, I put the triangular pivot because everyone was complaining about, free spinning pivots and all the other stuff.
But that's what you have on these, right?
Yeah, it's a free spinning pivot. So you have to basically put a T8 on both sides to be able to loosen the pivot.
You don't really have to. Riot does it pretty damn well to where you don't really need to. You just use one and it comes out.
All right.
They're pretty good at. A lot of people do complain about spinning pivots, me included, but Riot does it really well. I do have to give them that. And I think the reason, and you might know better than I do, I think the reason they do the spinning pivot is because it holds its place better. Like, Riot knives don't tend to just loosen, where a lot of other knives, even ones with captive, or D-shaped pivot, you have to Loctite them,
Yeah.
Riot spinning pivot knives don't tend to need Loctite. They tend to just stay where they are.
I'm not sure, but originally, so a lot of the pivots that we used to use were titanium on both sides, and then the center was steel, obviously, right? And if you have titanium scratches other metals that it touches. So that might be a reason why it's not going to loosen as easily, because it's actually scratching the steel. But I found another way, like a new way to do the pivot where it will be captured on both sides, and both sides can still be round. So
that's how the new field duty will be?
That will be for everything after this year. Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting.
Little secret sauce from Leon. Little
things. And it's all learning. It's all learning. Like, okay, how do I do this where everything is not just spinning? So.
And I just heard Leon say that everybody in this group is going to have an opportunity to pre-order before all you bitches. I heard that. I heard him say it.
How about this? How about if I let you guys know when the pre-order is going to be, and then you guys can tell everybody that, because according to my knife maker friend, he limits it to only 1 hour for the pre-order. And I'm like, okay, why not? I'll do 1 day. How about that? 1 whole day that you guys can pre-order.
Well, the question is, how many units are you going to? So are you going to let people pre-order as many as they want, and what that number ends up being is what you'll order from Riot, or are you going to have a set number and only that many can be pre-ordered?
So I'm going to let people order what they want to order, but it's only going to be 1 day.
Gotcha.
That's gonna
gotcha.
So
and the thing is, it might become something crazy.
Yeah, that would be my issue with it, or concern. Then Riot might not be able to do it for 3 years.
But the thing is, it's not gonna go I don't want it to go beyond like certain numbers. So if I feel like it's gone beyond a certain number, I would just be like, okay, cut off.
Okay.
But this way, like
You
everyone
will
would know, like that one day they can come onto my site, pre-order what they want, pay like a deposit or pay the full fee, and if you pay the full fee, you get like a benefit like free shipping, in the U.S. or something. But if that's not important to you, then just pay a deposit, and then 2 weeks before we ship out, we'll ask you for the full payment. But I'm gonna do it for 1 day.
I like that.
Because what happens with a lot of these drops or pre-orders, they're not even drops, they're pre-orders, is that they only have however many, and then everybody's scrambling, and then one guy's computer works better than the other guy, and then that guy gets the one, and then you don't get anything. And it's like, if you just leave it open for the day, let them order as many as they want. The problem is, what happens if it's like all of a sudden you have 12,000 fucking field duties on order? You're not going to, you know what I mean? And I know you said you have a number, but you might be surprised how quick you hit a number.
So
depending on what it is.
If it comes to that, then we gonna assign people into batches, right? And that was something that I talked with my website guys with. If it hits a certain number, then they'll fall into batch 1 and then batch 2. But there probably won't be like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not going to be that, okay? Because we still have to go to RIA and be like, hey, this kind of went this way, and then what can you do? They're not going to be like, producing me 5,000 knives in a month. It's going to take it might be like 6 months for them to do that.
Right.
So yeah,
I think it's a good way to do it. I really do. But I do think, like Kevin said, that you're going to be surprised how fast you reach your number that you probably have in your head.
Right.
I think it's going to go faster than you
Especially think. This go around, man. Everybody's going to want one.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's field duty. That size.
I thought I had this all figured out,
Well, I mean, it's a good thing for
just from experience, man. It's blowing up. Oh shit! That looks dope. Hold on, let me make it big.
Where in the dark? It's gonna glow blue in the dark.
That's cool.
Are there gonna be horns?
That's cool as
shit. I don't
shit.
think so. No, it doesn't have horns like the other one.
Okay.
Justin, thank you. Thank you, dude.
Maybe you could do a project with your kid, paint it
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, paint it like he does in the. Although there is that part of the movie where he wears all white and they spray paint them white.
Yeah.
But in the dark, it's going to be blue, so it'll look dope at night.
Yeah, he's gonna love that when it glows in the dark.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. Leon, if you got any of those blue fidget spinners, let me know. I'll be hooking my kid up with a blue fidget spinner.
Yeah, now that you want one, they're free for $800 donation.
I didn't know you had blue. I thought you had brown and green.
I had bronze, green, blue, and also green bronze with tritium.
You're holding out on me, man.
You only sent me the bronze and green. Come on, man. I need a tritium one.
I'll hit you up after about the one with the tritium in it because I'm about that.
Let's just count. I need a tritium spinner. I need a pry bar. I need a lefty warrior. What else? What else is
I don't have any lefty warriors.
I need my field duty back. Anything you have left-handed, I need you to put in the box with everything else.
Kev's going shopping.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That's cool though. I like that you have tritium ones. That sounds. Is it?
Yeah, dude. I'll totally buy one off of you.
Where's the tritium?
It's in the 2 dots.
Oh, that's cool.
No, actually, I should have one somewhere.
Yeah, he plays with that shit at night. He's always spinning it. Is that what you play with on the shitter, Leon?
No, I don't do anything to the shitter. Sorry, I don't have one here.
He's
No,
like,
man, you
nah.
let you flip your knives on the shitter, don't lie.
No,
He's
I
like,
don't.
nah,
I don't even take my phone to the shitter like everybody
What?
else does.
That's where I live.
No,
What are you
because
talking
then
about?
you get all kinds of crud on your phone.
What? I'm not wiping my
actually
ass
have
with my
a,
phone. I'm
Dude, don't
looking.
do that.
I have a toilet paper holder that has a phone holder on top.
Okay,
Oh my
smart.
God, you bitchy ass,
Smart.
bro.
Because you know, they do
He's
a
like, I got
nice-
a phone
they say-
holder off on the toilet. Hell
they
yeah,
say,
he
like,
does
the
too.
phone is one of the most dirtiest things in the world because people take it like everywhere. They eat with it. They
Yeah.
drop food on it, and then they go to the shitter with it, and then they got all kinds of stuff on it.
What am I supposed to do? Read the shampoo bottle? Like,
When
I'm
you're
not like my
cleaning your
dad, you know.
knives.
You're supposed to just shit or get off the pot.
Nah, dude, my dad does the crossword puzzles, bro. Like,
Yeah, I'm
those
not
things
the
sat
guy-
next to the toilet.
I'm not the guy who fucking sits there for 40 minutes. I could take a shit and get off pretty quick. Wait,
Yeah.
he said he sent me one in the dark too. Hang on. No, you didn't, man. That's all I see is the one. Oh, there's 4 photos. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Okay. All right. Hold on. That's a new iPhone thing, all right? It started doing that. There's another picture. Oh,
Dude.
Wow.
yeah, I guess, but it looks. There's the inside.
Hmm.
And it's cool too because I had to measure his head the other night and to make sure it would fit. And he was like half asleep when I was trying to do it because I forgot when Kevin messaged me. And I'm like, wake up, I got to measure your head. And he's like, what? And I was like, I got to measure your head. And I didn't have the measuring tape, that they use to wrap shit around. I had like an actual measuring tape, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to wrap that bitch around his head while he's half asleep. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, be still. Stop moving. Let me see if this one.
Let me strangle you with this measuring tape while you're sleeping.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It's glass.
Glass
Yeah,
ball
I got
sack.
I saw that earlier. Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm not a spin guy, but I'll.
I'm not a spinner guy,
But I'll take a tritium one, he said. Yeah.
The tritium ones that sounds dope.
but that reminds me, did we have
A giveaway? What time is it? 11?
Yeah.
Did we have a
It's
giveaway,
11-12.
Kyle? Didn't you send me some shit?
I mean, I've got some things if y'all want. I didn't know what all we had. I've got a Shadowborn Hank.
I think
And
that's mine.
I think I sent you that.
I've gotten quite a few. So, but you're asking me which
Yeah.
one, like, do I have anything? And I got this
You
one
sent a picture
knife.
of shit.
Yeah, I got this one knife that I got in the Going Gear EDC subscription box. I'm just going to call this a backup truck knife because it's brand new in the package. I'm not thinking it's going to be like anything special, but it does have a pretty cool sheath on it. And
Leon,
Yeah.
when did you
Design that 1987.
this,
No, I
this
have
is
never
not
designed that.
this is not a Liang Ma design.
That's not my design.
That was a joke. But yeah, so you'll get that stuff from Kyle, and of course I'll send KPL and stickers and maybe a coaster, whatever.
Yeah, I've got
Thank
some
you for
on
the
the edge
coasters and
coasters.
stickers.
Hey, Leon's going to get them. Leon needs a coaster and some stickers.
No, I said thank you for the coasters and stickers.
Yeah.
I
Oh, did
said,
you already get them? Oh,
of
you
course
said
I
okay.
did. Come on. Of course I
sorry.
sent Leon some coasters.
I got the
Coaster.
Got Detent coaster in the
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Leon,
You're basically the reason that exists, the detent thing. You're the one who
Right?
made me. You're the one who made me obsessed about detent. So,
Because of this knife, right, ya?
yep, it's your fault, man. It's your fault.
Yeah. I would like to be more like Leon, you made me rich. That's why it's your fault or something like that. Tell me that.
No, you're just a detent guy. I'm sorry.
He meant us high on life. That's what he did.
so wait,
We got to figure out a way to give it away, though. Usually, so Leon, usually what we do is we have the guest. We use their middle name, and they have to guess it. Do you have a middle name that you would let people know?
Oh, I have a middle name, all right.
All right.
Yeah,
Don't say it. If you're okay with it, there should be a little button on your screen that says private chat. Private chat. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin, I'm just gonna go ahead and
If-
throw this out here that his
What?
middle name may not be as common as some of the middle names that we have had on the channel doing this thing.
It's not Montgomery or something.
That's okay. We can give clues.
So the private chat only goes to you three?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Private chat.
Don't type it in the comments. Comments is the one you don't want to do.
We're all wondering what it is.
Me too.
My child self is saying Liong Big Dong Ma. But
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. All right. I sent it to you guys.
all right.
Okay.
That is
Very difficult.
Actually, it's only one syllable, right? So it's quite easy.
That's one oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was that whole thing. Jesus. I'm an idiot.
Kevin.
all right.
I think we
Yes,
can
that's
do
right.
this.
That's my name is all that I wrote out.
I think we can do
This. All right. What can you tell us what nationality that is?
It's Chinese.
It's Chinese. Okay, that'll help. That'll help the people with their Google searches.
Oh, they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna be like,
Well, nothing
Could be more offensive than Big Dong, so you'll be okay. You'll be
I like
okay.
how he doesn't sugarcoat it. He's like, they're gonna fuck it up.
if you make me a
Hamburglar mask by Halloween. He's talking to Justin. That's great. Yeah, thank you, Justin, for making that.
Yes.
Matt.
Thank you, dude.
He said it should be a.
I will make sure to take pictures and post them on Instagram and tag you in it so you guys you can see it with him wearing it and everything. He's gonna flip shit because it glows in the dark. I know he is. He's gonna flip shit over that. And he asked me the other night about it too because he came on the live stream because anytime he hears Kevin, he wants to come on a live stream. And he asked me when I went to go lay down afterwards. He woke up and he was like, "Is my mask ready?" And I'm like, "No, buddy, he's making it." I was like, "You gotta wait." So
yeah, Justin, he sent me a with this. Which, by the way, Justin, I think I still need to pay you for this. So
I'm watching him, Kyle.
Oh shit, they're already guessing.
Did he actually say go? I didn't know.
I never said go, so I don't know why they're guessing. But yeah, I never paid you for this. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't even tell you what letter it starts with yet.
But thank you for the driver thing too, Justin. I just wanted to say that.
We'll let it go for a little bit before we tell him what letter it starts with.
No, well,
We didn't even say go yet.
Yeah.
So why are we? We're
They
not
just
doing
started putting names in.
Justin said no words.
Well, you know what, dude? Your machine's running for 36 hours to do that. I mean, you know, we appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude.
I'm gonna say go right now.
Idiot. Look, Mr. LTE thinks your middle name is GSD.
Leon, get shit done.
That would be what I want.
Oh, we got one.
Oh, we got one.
Holy
one.
shit.
Oh, he Googled that shit. He must have. Dude, it must be out there in the world.
No.
He got it.
No, is
Who
it?
was it?
Hold on.
Who got it?
It was Lone Wolf.
What did he write? Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got it.
Holy shit!
That went way faster than I thought it would.
Oh yeah, I totally did.
I'm telling you, Lone Wolf is an epic Googler. He's an epic Googler. Wait, no, and that's fair, man. That's fair game. That is fair, right? Who cares?
Yeah.
We don't care.
By God.
Your name's out there, man. If you search Liang Ma business or something, I bet you your middle name is on a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
And you live in Florida, so that's easy. Just Liang Ma, Florida business license or whatever. Boom.
Don't Google me or my family's last name. Just don't.
You don't want to know what
Hillsborough County Sheriff Department show up or see mug shots.
Sheriff Grady. Sheriff Grady.
I get that shit all the fucking time. You related to him? Yeah. Are you related
I
to
will,
him?
Justin. I'm pretty sure I never paid you for that. I gotta pay you.
Hey, Lone Wolf, I'm not sure. Just send me your address on Instagram. Message me on Instagram, and then I'll.
Cannot Google it. I tried.
Right. You probably have his address. I think he won. He won the last time we did something like this.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
I have. I know I have his address, but congrats,
cool.
dude. That's awesome, Mike. Hey, maybe Kyle, you could drop like $10 in there for him to get a pack of cigs too. he was saying earlier you were pissing him off because you were smoking cigs. He couldn't buy a pack.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
What kind of cigarettes you smoke?
Yeah, what are you smoking? Marlboro Select.
Marlboro Special Select. I need to not smoke. That's
I smoke Marlboro Special Select too.
Yeah. You're Reds though. You're hardcore.
Yeah, I'm Reds. So when I left, that's what I went to go do. I went to go smoke a cigarette. And a fucking frog peed on me.
What is with you and animals, man?
Dude, I stepped outside and I'm barefoot, and I felt something warm, and I looked down, and the frog's like right next to my foot, and it pissed on me. So it took me a minute to get back. I was washing my foot.
How does that happen?
How does the frog?
Yeah, how does that happen?
Because they're all out here in the hallway in the apartment complex. I'm confused.
Yeah, but frogs never peed on me unless I was holding them.
I wasn't holding him, and I didn't. He was like right next to my foot, and it pissed everywhere.
Look, I'm just saying that frog has a big penis.
You never had a frog pee on you?
No.
You ever picked up a frog and it pissed in your hand?
Jason Brown said he found it under the Florida voter registry.
Man, you're good. Holy moly. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
I knew it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's it. He knows what party I belong to now.
I don't know if you've heard the story.
You're allowed to vote. You're allowed to Google shit.
Yep.
Oh, it says it's on his YouTube bio video too.
What? Nice.
He's like, what the fuck did I put my name like that?
So all these places, I have no idea.
You made it too easy for everybody. Damn it! No, I'm just kidding.
Damn it.
We thought it was going to be like,
how about this?
Ducks, frogs, you pissed off some aquatic life in the past.
Yeah. Chris gets attacked by ducks on the regular. If you didn't already know, Leon.
Yeah, dude.
That's
why it's on the logo for On
You should
the
catch all those frogs.
Do what?
You should catch all those frogs
and
just cook the legs.
Dude, frog legs?
Yeah, frog legs are delicious.
Yeah.
What do you do with the rest of the frog?
There's nothing to eat in the rest of the frog. There's no meat.
You just cook the legs alive.
You cut the legs off and you throw the rest of the frog in the water. So
yeah, you've never been frog gigging?
He's not from the South, Leon. He don't know what the hell we're talking about.
He'll grow them back, right? He'll grow the legs back.
No, lizard.
That frog will be food for other creatures.
Yeah, you use the rest of it for fishing bait, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, Leon.
Here's a OTF. This is the Axial Gear Shift.
It's so good too.
This is our current favorite OTF.
Who's Axion Gear?
It's a new company.
You're right. Who is
Utah?
They're awesome.
Yeah, they're a newer company, Leon.
No glass breaker, thank God.
Okay.
And very clean. $200, USA made, 20 CV. Very, very nice.
Wow.
Yeah. But I would love to see a Liang Ma OTF.
Right?
I can already tell it would shoot out of here. And it would have that Bob Lum.
Blade. Yes. Yes, it would.
Yes, it would. Ah,
Yeah.
All right. What
Yeah.
OTF was that? I just said it. It's the
Axiom.
axial gear shift, Mr. LTE. You need to get some 5G, all right? That was funny. Grady's gear, our resident Dr. Doolittle in reverse. Can't talk, but still pisses them off for some reason. Oh, Big Red's in the house. What's up, Jody?
What's up,
What's up,
JD?
JB.
OTF cuff.
Cool.
Cuff.
ETF cuff. That would
That
be
would be
difficult because the edge hangs lower than the
Yeah.
handle.
Right.
I don't
right.
even think you could do it. It would have to open up and then shut after. It wouldn't work.
All right.
So, do you guys have anything else you want to ask Liong? I think I need to wrap it up. I gotta hit the sack tonight.
Yeah, I got work in the morning.
It was a long day for me. I got up early with my daughter, so I had her in the morning. She got up at 7 today.
Wow.
Then we went out to an apple orchard at like 11 with my parents. That was fun.
Yeah.
And then she was just a crazy maniac the rest of the day. You know how kids are. It's like everything I said don't do, she did.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Exactly that.
That's why you should always say the opposite.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. She literally pulled the trash can down on top of her almost, and she got out of the way. But she pulled it, and this is not just like a little trash can. It's like got one of the hand, automatic ones. It's metal, and she somehow just like she wants to get into the trash. Like, why do you want to get into the trash and the recycling? What is? Whenever I take her diaper bags out of the diaper pail and I tie them off, the diaper pails, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a bag this big of fucking diapers. She wants to sit on it and ride it like a fucking horse. Kid's crazy.
So I had to go to Target with my wife, and we started Christmas shopping early because
What'd you get me?
early
Get me,
because
bro.
because my second kid's gonna be born in December, so we don't know if we're gonna be home and stuff like. So we started Christmas shopping early, and the baby's putting so much pressure on her bladder right now. Like every half hour, she's got to piss.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Hey,
we went to go get something to eat.
That's
gotta
not going
pee.
to stop.
Yeah,
It's not going to stop.
she peed when we went into the store, and when we were leaving the store, she had to pee.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Then when we get home, she's like shaking, trying to get the keys in the door, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I gotta pee again." I'm
Why'd
like,
you even leave the house?
House, man.
yeah, right?
You should just go by yourself,
Yeah. No, she wanted to go. She said that it's like our little date night, We talk and shit like that and go walk and do whatever. We get coffee and shit, and that's what we do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Saturday
But she's like
Your
7
date
months
night.
pregnant and feeling miserable right now. So
She's like, you gotta get home to do on the edge, huh?
I told her, I was like, I gotta be home before 8. And she's
very
fine.
happy about that.
She was already in bed before I even got on here. She's been passed out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, Leon, I just wanted to say thanks for coming on for sure, because it was a pleasure when me and
Thank you,
Kevin went to Blade and actually got to meet you for the first time. That was a very big deal for us, and
Yes,
the fact that you are such good, communicating with us, sending us nice review, and then coming on the edge. It's an honor for us to have somebody like you on, and I really appreciate it.
Gentlemen, the honor is all mine. Thank you, Kyle. But seriously, I mean, I am humbled by all the friendship that you have all bestowed to me. I'm humble about that, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't think I would get any kind of response on my work besides you all talking about it, and I'm very, very grateful that there are people who see that from what you're saying, and I couldn't be more happy about that. So thank you. And yeah, you know, I'll let you guys know like when the pre-order is up. And you guys can go in like an hour before everybody else.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be hitting you up.
Yeah. Don't worry. You'll have like 10 messages from all of us. But yeah, thank you for coming on, man. We really appreciate you giving us some time and telling us some backstory and everything. It's good because I didn't know any of that stuff really. So it's good to know, you know. So yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Same what they said. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man.
And I'm just glad I got to talk to you face to face. That's pretty cool. So
yeah, and if you're ever in Orlando,
Yeah,
hey man, I'm about it
in advance that you're going to be there. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys need to meet up, have lunch or something. You know?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leon, basically, we love you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
and if you guys need anything,
yeah,
please always hit me up. You know.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I love reviewing your stuff.
I'll be sleeping with this knife on the other pillow. This will be on the pillow next to my pillow. You know.
Yeah. Just, you know, have a dream about marbled carbon fiber tonight.
I got an idea, Leon. Get an acid edge pen and then sign his blade.
I don't need acid. I have a laser engraver.
I would be okay with that. If it's your signature, I'd be okay with it. Just don't do anything funny, Leon.
Like draw little penises all around.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome. Oh, that would be awesome.
He would do
Don't be surprised if me and Kyle ain't hitting you up after this going, dude, I pay you to do that.
You better send me a new one with it then. He doesn't have any though.
He's getting nervous because he knows we will.
Yeah.
It's like, give you
I wouldn't do that to you.
All right. I'll believe it when I see it back here. But yeah, thank you to everybody in the comments for coming out. We appreciate you guys watching and commenting and asking all the questions and just being awesome and everything. Yeah. So does anybody have anything they want to say before we close it out? Kyle, Leon, Chris?
No. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you to everybody who came out to chill with us and talk with Leon. And Kyle, do you want to lead out with your famous saying?
I will sure enough do it. Okay, guys, remember, stay safe in this absolutely crazy fucking world that we are living in, and we will see you in